Good morning, Metro Nui! Welcome back to another episode of the Barraki Talk Show. We're your hosts, the Mielik brothers,
Jacob,
Samuel,
Thomas, and we're glad you're joining us today as we talk our way through the weird and wondrous world of Bionicle. But first, coming up on the Barraki Talk Show. They're all doing their 12-hour shifts at the Not Going Blind factory. Our viewers can't even imagine. But I just like to imagine that, like, Pterodax walked in from the Toahaga Soul with, like, a black eye. He's like, guys, you do not want Toahaga around. Yeah. Hit him with the transgender beam. All that and more coming up on the Barraki Talk Show. Breaking news! You heard it here first, folks. The Barraki Talk Show is proud to announce our very own Art of the Week. That's right, every single week you guys will be getting high-quality Bionicle-themed artwork from our own in-house artists at the Barraki Talk Show. And speaking of the artists, let's go meet them.
Hi everyone, I'm Jared and I'm a graphic designer. You may have seen some of the thumbnails I worked on for the show.
Hey, I'm Arthur. I'm a concept artist and illustrator and an all-around swell guy. I've been a fan of Bionicle for my whole life, and I'm glad to finally present my take on the Bionicle universe to all of you.
Hey everyone, I'm Samuel. I'm one of the co-hosts of the show. I'm not a trained artist, but I do love art nonetheless. You have likely seen some of my work because I've created almost all the thumbnails for the show.
Now that we've met the artist, do you guys want to tell us a little bit about what you're excited to show everybody?
I'm excited to show everyone a piece I made featuring everyone's favorite one-eyed school bus.
And I'm excited to show a series of wallpapers that I have designed of the OG Mata Kanohi masks.
My contributions to the Art of the Week will be very familiar to you all. I will be releasing the Monog-style character art that I've drawn for most of our main episode thumbnails. So if you like the thumbnails, you will soon have access to all of the characters.
So if you guys want to get this Art of the Week, go to our description box and click the coffee link. It'll take you straight to our page where you can download all the high-res art of the week for free and forever. But if you want to support the channel and our artists, consider donating on Ko-fi or super chatting on YouTube. We'd really appreciate it. With that, we conclude this segment of Art of the Week. Thanks to the sacrifice of Toa Motoro, the Great Spirit lives, but his slumber continues. So deep in the heart of the universe, the Toa Nuva are dispatched to reawaken the Great Spirit and fend off the most powerful foes they have ever faced, the Makuta. Dun 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 dun. And joining us for this very special episode, we have Mr. Lovice himself, head of Project Nui Rising.
Hello. Nice to meet you guys.
excellent introduction, guys. We nailed that. Really good.
We're always right on top of these things, I tell you what.
Yeah. Lovice, would you say that you're an expert or a super expert on this wave?
I know the story too much, I think. I know. Super expert. Super expert is the real answer.
Okay, super expert. Okay, so we're going to hop into the lore, and then when you have lore that you think we should know, please tell it to us. Or if you have comments, also tell it to us. Or
Feel
if you
free to interrupt
Yes.
at any point, and
All right.
especially because Discord has a weird delay, like just interrupt.
Interrupt before you think you even have
All
something
right.
funny to say, so it'll be like on time with us.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yes. Yeah. So here we go.
Anticipate.
Yes. So this wave starts essentially with the Toa Nuva jumping into Karda Nui via a portal that Artaka made. It's all very confusing, but the Toa Nuva blog events cover this.
See, this makes perfect sense because we've seen portals used all of 0 times before this.
What? That's not even remotely true. We've seen Brutaka.
Yeah.
Like, use
that
portals dozens of times.
That doesn't count. That's a specific mask.
Just the mask of dimensional portals. That doesn't count, bro.
Well, we also know that Artaka just teleports things, like, all over the universe, so I feel like a portal from Artaka is not the most wildly out there thing.
I guess.
Mr. I'll teleport the disc to random spots on Metro Nui. Mr. I'll teleport the Nuva mask to random spots on Nui. No, teleport the Toa Nuva. That's way too far.
Fair enough. You know what? I stand corrected.
So, we're starting off with the Toa Nuva generally. Now, We are familiar with the Toa Nuva, I think. I hope we are.
Wait, who are the Toa Nuva again?
Perhaps.
Yeah. Perchance.
Wait, is that Liwa guy and
No. It's the Kongu and Nuperu guys.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so
As a recap for our viewers who may not have been paying attention,
are we recapping the Toa Nuva?
who are the Toa Nuva, Thomas?
That's a good question. Beats me.
Go watch episode 5 of this series. There's a whole recap episode just for them.
Well, since we have a resident biotuber, Lovice, who are the Toa Nuva and what are their masks?
Oh boy, what are their masks? The red one. The red one.
There is the red one.
Red one is fire guy. We know that.
Red, his mask is fire, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The design is fire.
He has the mask of fire.
Okay.
See, you joke, but there are elemental masks. So.
Right.
That's true.
And you would think that Leiwa's mask would be the mask of air, but you would be wrong. It's the mask of green.
Green.
His color is air and his mask power is green.
Yes. That's all things should be.
And his elemental power is levitation.
Anyway.
Getting back to it, we all know the Toa Nuva. If you don't, sucks to be you, I guess.
Dang.
How did you get here?
Why are you here? You don't know who the Toa Nuva are. I'm sorry.
Raise your hand in the comments if you don't know who the Toa Nuva are, okay?
If you got here without watching any of the previous
And
episodes,
if you don't have any hands,
and if you are blind, like all our viewers,
how did you get here?
I like how we haven't gotten past the first sentence of the notes.
Oh boy.
yeah. Okay, we'll plow on through. So the Toa Nuva have a special thing for this wave, and it's why they look different.
Ooh, I know.
Yes,
ooh, I know. Is it adaptive armor?
Wow, you're very perceptive by looking at the notes. Yes, it is adaptive armor.
Hey, I already knew that, you punk.
They were all outfitted with adaptive armor by Artaka. And this armor is actually made of proto steel, which is actually really good. Yes, Samuel.
Just really quickly, this happened at the end of...
Voy Nui. At the end of Downfall, it had that, right?
I think it was at the end
It was
of
Downfall.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
Downfall. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he mocks them and says, "This is my greatest creation."
Yeah. So he sends them all to Karda Nui. And the adaptive armor turns them into their sky forms, which is why they can fly and do stuff. Because that's the whole point of the adaptive armor, so you're not falling to your death, I suppose. However, the default look of the adaptive armor is supposedly very similar to their already default look. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. If they want to look normal, they can.
Huh.
Which is a
So
neato
they
weirdo.
intentionally changed their appearances?
The adaptive armor changes automatically.
Oh.
They don't even have to think about
Okay.
it. I would assume you would have some control over that, although I'm not sure. Lovice, can they?
It seems really unclear. It's like there's a future event where a Toa goes to space, and it just happens instantaneously.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
before he could even realize he's in space. So it just happens on its own, as if
Okay.
it has like an artificial mind of itself.
That makes sense. Okay.
Imagine if Levi Call had the armor and he could fly back to Earth.
It probably wouldn't fit.
It's adaptive.
It's adaptive, bro.
It's literally in the name.
Fair enough.
Now, the armor adapting allows for excellent utility in any environment, and it can make jets, like it spawns the jets that they need to fly, or it can make a breathing apparatus if they're underwater, and it can adapt to even more specific things which aren't really environments. Like the Toa Nuva will get in vehicles, and the armor will adapt to help integrate them with the vehicle systems and like give them sensor arrays and
that's
whatever.
cool.
Which I'm like, that's heckin' sick. So this armor is top-notch stuff, and like I can see why Artaka was the one to make it, because
Yeah.
it's stupid useful. The changes do happen nearly instantly, which is super nice. And the Toa, this is your note, Lovice, they have more forms than we just see in the story, because we just see the sky forms and the swamp forms, correct? But there are multiple other confirmed ones?
Yes. So like when you see them in the book Shadows in the Sky, they technically are in a different form. Tahu, Gali, and Anua. They are in a Sky Phantoka form.
That's
and
cool.
when eventually Ohatu and the gang go down to the swamp, they're technically in a swamp form as well.
But in the comics, they
say,
still
like-
look the same, though, right?
Yes, it's because that's expensive to do like different art basically and make a design. Like
fair.
2 full
Like-
waves in the same year.
Yeah.
They're like, we need 12 Toa designs.
Okay,
They're
that
like,
would,
"Hey, making the
basically,
Toa Man
like-
guy over here.
that would be so sick, though.
like there's like we're gonna make like double designs. No, we're not doing that. All right, no. So
Well, they kind of crammed 2 waves into 1 year already
Yeah.
anyway, so yeah.
But they could have crammed
Yeah,
4 waves
exactly.
into 1 year, Jacob. Think of it.
Well, it would have still just been 2.
True.
It would have just been a full.
Release the Makuta as
Instead
their
of 2
own
half
wave,
waves, it
Jacob.
would have been 2 full waves.
Yeah.
True.
One thing to note, they also have adaptive Kanohi, which is a separate element to the adaptive armor. And these don't change power, so whatever the Kanohi's made with, that's the power. So like they
Okay.
all got their standard
So
masks.
I was gonna ask that because when you were saying it adapts to the environment, like it gives them their jetpacks, their boosters. I was like, well, why doesn't it just change their mask power? But that explains
Yes.
it. Plus, that would be insanely
Insanely
overpowered.
overpowered.
Actually, now that I think
It
about
just
it,
gives you the mask of time every time.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, guess I'll win.
it basically like changes like to be more adaptive for the environment. Like
Yeah.
Liwa's has like little jets in the side of his like cheeks basically. It's just to be adaptive for like aerodynamics and that stuff.
Yeah, so
Same thing
that's
when
what I
under
was gonna
water, you
ask,
probably
right.
would,
like it's or like it's not. To us, it looks like it changes just for aesthetic reasons, but ideally, the mask or the armor knows best, right? So it's adapting its shape for the optimal.
Listen to your armor. I really like this.
exactly.
I really like this though because it gives a great reason for why they would stick with their standard iconic masks and not switch to the other ones because like it's with the armor. It lets you go to any environment.
Yeah.
So they could switch to different masks, but it's like
But why?
why
Yeah.
exactly? And also in Karda
They-
Nui, they can't switch to different masks because they're too far from the Suva. But we don't talk about that. I'm just saying for after the
Yeah.
events of this story, like when they get back to like Madden or Metro Nui or whatever. Spoilers.
Yeah.
They don't die.
Wow.
Yeah.
Only when Toro gets to die. Okay.
Gets to die.
Gets to die. He wanted to do it, bro. He was fiending for it. And then one last thing is they can't adapt to everything. Like jumping in lava will kill you, right? So obviously they don't adapt to getting crushed by rocks or in combat scenarios. They have to adapt to an environment or like long-standing situation.
Yeah.
Is how I'd put it.
They there's one other thing. Their tools can actually adapt too. Wherever they go, they can get like different Toa tools, basically.
Huh.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So they have adaptive weapons as part of the set. Kind of like how the Kanohi is a different adaptive element to it that's separate from the armor.
Yeah.
They have adaptive tools, which is crazy because I'm like, it can just turn into anything. Like that seems a little busted. And the cool thing about the tools is that they adapt to the foes rather than the environment. Which I'm like, that's some neato burrito stuff. So they have an adaptive launcher and an adaptive melee weapon. Or adaptive tool, I guess. It's not always a weapon. You look like you're
How
gonna
do
say
they
something.
lose? It's like it adapts itself to be the ideal weapon against that foe, and it's like, how do you?
From as far as all we've seen it do in story is turn into previously made weapons.
Okay.
So I'm assuming they can't just adapt into the
Into-
anti-Makuta disintegration beam or whatever.
The anti-Makuta-nator.
Although the Midak Sky Blaster is pretty close to that. Like, it just shoots pure light.
That's horrifying. If you're a Makuta and you get even close to that thing, that is like the anti-Makuta bazooka. And
That's funny. I just was, as I was saying that too, I was thinking about like AVAX mask or AVAX
It's power. That
not
power's
mask,
so busted.
but that allows him to make the perfect prison. And yet there are like so many caveats to that and so many examples of it failing. And so as I was asking like, why doesn't it just adapt to the perfect weapon? I'm like, actually, there would be probably a ton of reasons why it doesn't.
Yeah. So, interesting thing. So, in the Phantoka wave, their weapons all turn into Midak Sky Blasters. And they got their name from an Onu Matoran who Pohatu knew. He came up to Po Koro and would look at the sun like a weirdo, or the bright light, not necessarily directly at the sun.
Bro's just staring at the sun.
Yeah, he's not that stupid. But he liked bright light, which is weird for an Onu Matoran. And all the other Matoran thought he was kind of a weirdo and a freak. But Pohati's like, I thought he was pretty chill, so I'll name this after him because it shoots light, and he liked light. And then Lua always wanted to name a weapon Sky Blaster, so they just added that on.
Why
to the
does
end of
that
it.
sound like the most Lua thing I've ever heard?
When I heard that, I'm like, that is so good.
Basically,
also-
Kopaka had to make both sides happy.
Yeah,
Sure, I guess. He's just like, sure.
Yeah.
I like how
Yes,
Kopaka had
both,
no opinion. He's like, I'm not going to name it anything. And he's like, I'm just going to appease you guys and let's move on.
I imagine they were like about to fight a Makuta, and they were at like loggerheads. Like, what do we call it? What do we call it? Kopaka's like, whatever the heck you want to call it, okay? So the cool
See,
thing.
he's stressed out. He's stressed out.
Yeah,
He's
seriously.
stressed
He's like,
out.
right now? Do we really have to do this right now?
Yeah.
He's with probably the people on the Toa team half that he does not want to be with right now. He
Yeah,
wants to be
that's
with
true,
Onua
actually.
and
That's a good
Gali.
point.
Well, he wanted to be with Pohatu.
He likes Pohatu
Yeah,
well
Pohatu's his
enough,
friend.
but...
He does, but he's just like stuck with Leo. He's like, oh no.
Well, to be fair, does Kopaka really want to be with any of the team is the real question, right?
We'll actually get to that because it's a bit more nuanced in this
Oh,
way.
really?
Kopaka
Really?
is not Nuju.
Yeah.
Remember.
That's-
Okay.
Yes. Thank goodness. Praise be. So, back to the
Character
Midax Sky
development.
Blasters. They are, since they shoot balls of energized pure light, they do crazy damage against shadow characters and are very good at fending off Makuta.
Makes sense.
Which is like the only time we really see a weapon outside of Toa Nuva himself that can do these sort of things. And it doesn't just hurt shadow creatures, like it's still powerful enough to like leave a smoking crater in a stone wall. So it's like obviously these things have some real force and power behind them. And how they get their power is that they draw from the light of the immediate surrounding. So if you shoot it too much, it's going to get dark around you. And this
That's
is
actually
why
crazy.
the Avmatoran, when they're connected to the Toa, allow them to shoot the blasters essentially infinitely because they have so much
Oh.
light. I was like, that's so cool. I thought that was a neato thing. And then in the Mystica thing,
Did
they
you just
have-
say Nito unironically?
maybe? I promise you it was ironic as heck, okay? My sincerity was not there at all. The Mystica, their weapon turns into the Ninra Ghost Blasters, which, in my opinion, just seem to be a straight upgrade on every weapon, because when you shoot them, it just makes whatever you think about. It's like a Green Lantern ring. It's like, that seems crazy good, but we'll
They're
get more into the...
absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Those things are.
We'll get more into those when we talk about Mystica, because it's a bit of a tangent. And then they have their adaptive melee weapons. Now, these are useless. Like all the ones they adapt into don't have any special abilities. They're just like normal weapons, like all the ones that people were carrying around in Markjuly. It's like, okay, it's just like an axe or a sword or whatever. It was so weird to
Or
me.
bayonet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one gets me. Like, you're gonna bayonet a Makuta through proto steel armor. I guess if it's made of proto steel, it's fine. But I'm like, if it can turn into weapons, why can't it just turn into like the Anika weapons that can cut through anything, or the other Anika weapon that can cut through anything, or the Anika weapon that can shoot through anything? You're missing out the opportunities here.
They don't have one key detail. Lightning.
Oh.
They have light, but not the ink.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, why would Kopaka want to bayonet a Makuta? If you get that close, oh
Well,
boy.
yeah, like that's what's crazy about it. It's like, okay,
It's called a just in case,
like
okay?
bayonets on old muskets make sense. Bayonets on your Midax Sky Blaster make no sense.
A bionicle light musket actually sounds sick as heck, though. Right? Like you
have
fire
to like
one
stop
shot.
a ball of light into it, pack it in, and then get one shot.
That would be funny, actually.
You tell your Matoran to recharge your musket, and
Yeah.
then you shoot it off, and you have to wait 5 minutes.
Or like
You just keep
Toa Nuva,
going.
when he's like half light, half shadow, and he can't regen his light, he like concentrates a light ball, then like puts it in his staff and like shoots it out at super high speed. That would have been sick. Just saying.
That would have been so cool.
Then one last thing about the Toa Nuva in Phantoka Wave is that when they're touching their respective Matoran of light, they gain additional abilities.
Okay.
Which we'll cover when we talk about the Matoran. We're going to talk about them in Karda Nui, so I guess by this time we've already talked about them, dear viewer.
Can they see through their eyes?
No, they can't. For some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, those are all the new things they get from this wave. Anything else you want to add, Lovice?
No, nothing really, actually.
Sweet. So now we move on to the individual Toa, who you may be familiar with. The first one, Toa Nuva.
Ooh.
Yes. So his personality and traits, I think we all know it. He's like kind of a cold guy, standoffish, very analytical, extremely competent to like a crazy degree, unless Avak gets him in a cage and then he loses his brains immediately. I'm not bitter about that though.
And as Thomas is going to apparently explain to me later, he normally is the lone wolf sort of character of the team, but apparently that is not entirely the case this time around.
Because post the events of Voi Nui and Toa Nuva blog, the Toa Nuva have grown and matured as characters. They've learned from their mistakes and are like, let's not do them again and again. let's actually be good people this time. So they take on more of a like Toa Mari, Toa Nika kind of mindset where they're much more competent as a team and their personality flaws are not as exaggerated. Most of their flaws just become like minor personality traits. So like Kopaka, when they get to Phantoka era, he is put in charge of the 3 Toa there. And this is an excellent moment from Tahu and Kopaka, because Tahu is like, I trust you to be the leader of these 3. And then Kopaka also accepts that burden and responsibility. And I think it's actually a good choice, because since Kali isn't staying up there, she would probably be my second in command choice. But like Kopaka is extremely competent, and he knows the other Toa. He just doesn't normally like them. But he has grown to like them more, especially with Pohatu's influence.
Yeah.
And Pohatu's one of the ones staying behind. So I'm like, this is a great grounds for him to grow into a full, like, second in command role. And it actually works pretty well. Like, he's good at what he does. The other Toa aren't, flying off in every direction like how the Metru were, right? Ironically, I guess. And he actually has a slight liking of not just the other people, but also the Matoran there.
Huh.
Like, he engages in
he really
conversation.
Has changed.
I know, with Solek. Like, he's talking with Solek, and Solek's like, man, I love you guys. I heard legends about the Toa Nuva. And he's not like, oh, what a stupid loser. Kind of like I imagined he was going to be like how Nuju was when he was talking with, like, either his Matoran or Taraga. But instead, he's like, no, that's pretty cool, but I think we have more pressing matters at hand. I'm like, wow. He handled that like a responsible, mature person who is like actually has status and power, but has a duty to protect and care for these people. It wasn't what I expected, but I'm like, this makes sense for a place for his character to go.
Yeah.
And he grew into it well. It was one of my favorite moments about reading through the books. And it will be reinforced in the later books.
I absolutely agree, especially when he shows like he feels bad for what Solek and the other Matoran have been through. And it shows like his empathy and care for the Matoran. Yeah. And he just feels bad, and he's like trying to figure out like through his own memories, like that are scattered from previously being on Karda Nui as well. And trying to get up to date with the Matoran that he used to protect many, many years ago.
Yeah.
And this becomes even kind of more, not tragic, but more pronounced when we get the flashbacks to the Toa Nuva when they trained in Karda Nui. So that'll be interesting. And it's in Swamp of Shadows, I think. Yeah, it's in Swamp of Shadows. So, going out of it now, he uses tactics and cunning along with overwhelming power in his fights, which is such a cool thing, because he's always been tactical and cunning, and he's always used his elemental powers, but normally not together in a fight. Like, he uses it to navigate terrain, but in this one, he'll be like dodging around, pivoting, flying, and then it'll just be like, boom, blizzard on your face, you're frozen into an ice cube right now. It's a really effective combo, and it's the way that Toa should fight, especially against more powerful foes, because it's like, you need to pour it on fast.
Hyuki's like, what?
Explain this phenomenon to me.
Yeah, he's not sportsmanlike in how he fights. And
he'll fight dirty.
Yeah. I mean, heck, do it.
Wow. Wow. The pun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what? I have to make sure that was an intentional pun. Was that an intentional pun?
Wait, for
The fight dirty for Hookie.
oh, for Hookie.
Come on,
Toa
man.
of Stone.
But we're
Let's
yeah,
go.
okay.
Yes, get it?
Yeah, I got it. I just was
Probably makes more sense for Toa of Earth, but you know.
They're called that goes on the Bionicle pun counter, okay?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Overall, I think this is a great version of Kopaka. However, the one downside is that he loses his Batman vibe, sort of, because he's not a lone wolf who's going around like fighting people. He's the team leader, he's commanding, so he doesn't have that mystique, that mystica, if you will. He has that Phantoka instead. So, those are my overall thoughts on him as a character. Do you guys have anything to add?
I have one weird thing to add. In
Okay.
between when the books came out, Greg was in between changing the mask of X-ray vision to the mask of vision, and then he
Interesting.
changed it back again to the mask of X-ray vision. In the Shadows of the Sky book, he refers to his mask as the mask of vision
Yep, he
multiple
does.
times.
Huh.
And then Greg was like, it's just X-ray vision. It's fine.
What was the
Interesting.
do you know the reasoning? Like, was he trying to actually change like what it did, or was it just to make it less clunky to say?
I have no idea.
I
I'm
feel
gonna be
like it's
honest.
probably-
It was very unclear, and I remember distinctly one of the times is that Pohatu sees Indika is following them,
Uh-huh.
and Kopaka just goes, "Oh, I know." He's like, "How do you
Mm-hmm.
know?" He's like, "Oh, the mask of vision. Remember?" He's like, "That doesn't. I can just see this stuff." And I'm just like, reading this is like a kid. You're like, "What?"
Yeah.
X-ray vision doesn't do that. But Greg
But
never.
also, when they're attacking the
Um,
Makuta hive, I believe he tries to X-ray through it to see what's inside, but it doesn't work. Is that correct?
I don't remember about the hive. I remember the mist. It's impossible for him to see through the mist.
Yeah, the mist
It was
block.
frustrating him a lot.
So yeah, his
Oh,
mask
yeah.
doesn't do much in the whole thing because like it's blocked off by the mist most of the time. So it's referring to it as the mask of it. If he wanted to change the power, it wouldn't have worked because the power was blocked anyway. So I guess it's almost a moot point.
That's probably why he gave up.
Yeah.
He's like, whatever.
Who cares, bro?
I feel like probably it was more of like an aesthetic thing. Like the Mask of Vision is just
That's what
easier
I'm
to
saying.
saying.
say
That's
than
why I
the
was
Mask of
wondering if it
X-ray
was
Vision.
just
Because you have like
simplicity.
shielding and speed and levitation.
Yeah,
It's like
and then it's like
That'll be a-
X-ray vision.
yeah.
It's a common theme in the 2008 story that some of the Toa masks don't work, and some of the Makuta masks are never shown to be used in the story.
Yep.
Interesting.
Mask of levitation does not get used.
Yeah, no, really.
I mean, fair enough, I guess.
Most power crept mask of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And I
Speaking
don't
of-
think the mask of water breathing should be used in
Yeah.
the swamp either.
Wait, now I'm imagining our viewers just clamoring to get the Mask of Vision. They're like, I want to see! I want to see!
Oh gosh.
But then it turns out it's the Mask of X-ray Vision, so now they're just blind radiologists.
That sounds like a horrible
Oh
combination.
my gosh. Blind radiologist.
They're like, I can only guess that you have cancer.
Blind radiologist. Terrible idea, but epic band name.
Oh, that is a pretty good band.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Real quick, I have a Boxor, but I was wondering about like the different adaptive armors and like, has anyone ever tried to do like designs, or do designs exist of the?
Yes,
They do.
people
Okay.
have made designs. Yes, I know a lot of. I know I've seen them basically because
Okay.
I want to use them for the stop motion to
Right.
ask them.
Uh-huh.
There is designs of their default forms, space forms, and people have created mask and like their pilot forms for the vehicles as well.
Okay.
Huh.
That's
I've seen
really cool.
many for Kopaka actually, because since
Mhm.
he'll be using the jet tracks later in the story,
Right.
I have
Mhm.
seen I think at least like 5 different Kopaka masks for
Okay.
the jet tracks.
Because obviously Antros takes it. So, well, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler.
yeah, spoilers, bro. You ruined
Yeah.
the final battle. No tension anymore.
Oh boy.
Don't look up the sets, guys. Don't look up the sets. The sets
Yeah.
are spoilers.
Don't read the story, it's spoilers. Yeah. But
That's actually really cool. I would love to see those. So
There's
side note,
such
but-
amazing artwork, especially of the space designs I've seen online.
I gotta
They're
see
amazing.
that. If you think about
I've
it,
actually seen one with like all 6 of like the space designs, and it's so cool.
I just wanted to finish up. I actually had thoughts about Kopaka, but I just wanted to say.
Yeah, give your.
I think so. I'm probably biased because I had Kopaka. Kopaka was my character that I got for this wave, and but I remember actually liking Kopaka a lot for the first time, like in this wave.
Like Phantoka Kopaka made you interested in the character of Kopaka.
Well, yeah, and then also like reading him in the comics, I'm like, he's different. He's still got that like stoicness, but he's taking on more of a leadership role. We're seeing him kind of come out of his shell a little bit. He even makes a couple of jokes. And it's like
he does,
which is like, oh wow, okay.
And they're not
Kopaka
like
making jokes.
And they're not like stupid putting someone down sarcastic.
Wait, how's
jokes.
that go? You are who you hang out with.
And he hangs out with Pohatu.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Proof.
With Pohatu and Lewa.
And now he's hanging out with one of the biggest jokesters, Lewa now too.
True. Yeah. It's really gonna rub off.
Oh yeah.
It's funny because I remember one of the comments, he says something about it not all being sunshine and rainbows or something like that, and I remember I quoted that a bunch when I was a kid. I don't know. Funny.
Before we move on, I guess it's not moving on. Do we want to go over his powers and equipment?
Yeah.
Sure.
I didn't get to that. So he has ice powers.
Yeah.
As always.
He does?
Really?
I know. I was a bit
He
surprised.
doesn't just like suddenly have gravity powers.
Nope. Hyuki's like, can't imagine. And then he has the mask of X-ray vision or vision, depending on how Greg's feeling that day.
Yeah.
And then he has his Might X Sky Blaster, of course. And then his melee weapon is called the Blizzard Blade. Now, you may think, what can the Blizzard Blade? Is it like the Blizzard Staff that the Toa Haga had? No, because we know what this one does. See, this can attach to the Sky Blaster to act as a bayonet, or...
Wait, the Blizzard Blade is that tiny little
Yes.
bayonet?
Yep.
You see why he
That's
keeps it attached at all times. It does have one special function. He can shoot a Might X Sky Blaster shot and channel his elemental energy through the bayonet at the same time.
Do we ever see that
no.
happen ever, even once?
No.
Okay. All right.
So
I
it's
think
just-
we see it once.
Oh,
I
really?
thought, or something along the lines. But he, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. This is the worst designed.
Yeah.
But it has
of
one
the,
additional function that will save it all. It also provides the
Oh, boy.
laser sight.
Oh, well, when you
Yeah.
put it that way.
Okay.
Now, funny,
That redeems it. You know what? That redeems it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Funny thing though, his mask also has a built-in laser sight.
On the wrong side.
I'm like, great, you
Look
done
at
it again.
Look at it. Look
Okay,
at,
that
look at
one
the
was
set
obviously
design.
not
You can
Greg's
see
fault.
that the scope's on the wrong side. That was a huge complaint back in the day. They're
Yeah.
like, why? What?
That's so
What
funny.
happened?
Yeah.
So dumb. At least they put Gollies on the right side, so they can do it.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah. So
Well, Golly's, it doesn't matter. Golly hasn't had a scope
Yeah.
prior to this.
No, I'm just saying. Well, yeah. I mean, it's on the wrong side, and it's on the wrong side for his weapon. Like it's both. So I don't know.
Yes.
and we need your scar's on the wrong side.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
I'll
Kopaka.
Yes,
try to
exactly.
cut it in, see if
Okay.
I can.
Your Suko costume's pretty good, but your scar's on the wrong side.
The scar's not on the wrong side.
Yeah.
It is not.
Yeah.
Kopaka.
Yeah. And then the last thing is adaptive armor just allows full and infinite flight capabilities. Because the Avmatoran are limited by, they have to recharge their packs. It has a limited flight time. But the Toa, like, you can do whatever the heck you want. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, isn't, like, Skyform one of the most busted things ever? Because it's like a unlimited flight is pretty good in, like, every situation.
True, but maybe like it's good in every situation, but is it ideal in every situation? See, that's where the taking the like control away from the Toa and giving it to the armor is actually really cool, because you would be like, man, I wish I could just fly right now. And the armor's like, no, I know better than
No,
you.
no, no.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that would be so frustrating.
Very a miraculous ladybug of them.
What?
Because her power gives her, like, a random
Oh,
object
yeah,
that will win the
fair
fight.
enough.
Yeah.
Bro just referenced Miraculous.
We have a little
Ladybug.
sister. She watched it.
That's
That's why. Okay.
Sure, buddy.
I get your reference.
Trash. Anyway, so that's the end of Kopaka's capabilities. Are we ready to move on to Leiwa?
Yes.
Yes.
Lua, as I call him.
We
The
know.
correct way to call him, I'm sure. So
I don't think it matters at this point.
his personality and traits.
It-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I say it both ways. I'm bad.
Yeah.
Sue me. I say it both ways.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am bad, and that's okay. So, Leiwa's personality and traits. First big one. This is what I want everyone to know. He's not stupid anymore. Yay!
Yay.
He doesn't get into stupid
Let's
situations.
go.
He doesn't get mind controlled a single time.
Dang.
Which is actually crazy when you're going against that many Makuta. I'm like, you know what? Good on you, Leiwa. He doesn't do anything particularly dumb, and he uses his air powers quite well. Like, he's always using, like, mini cyclones to, like, blow small things away or, like, bring them towards him. And he's even able to, like, snipe Matoran out of the air with his powers, which
Dang.
is really cool. Like, dang. He's obviously the master of the element of air. However, he doesn't go to the same extents as, like, Holly being in Markjuly was, where she was just so much better than everyone else. In this one, he's more on par because the infinite flight is a huge equalizer.
Yeah.
And being able to summon a boulder over someone in the air is still pretty effective.
Dang.
Yeah. Still, he is a goofball, though. He hasn't lost his fun-loving, jokester personality. It just doesn't get in the way of his fighting. And his banter with Pohatu and occasionally Kopaka is hilarious. Like, they're the perfect comedic trio. It's so funny.
They kind of just needed to be isolated from everybody else, like the more serious trio, in order to like just really go
Yeah.
off.
Blossom into the
Yeah.
comedy
Well, it was
flower that
super-
they are.
Yeah,
It was super
the comedy flower.
It's super funny reading this because I'm like, I don't feel like I'm missing the team dynamics of the Toa.
Right.
Like, this is a pretty complete team dynamic that they have there. Whereas in the Mystica, I feel differently. So I thought that.
It's like
think
let's
The way you're
cer-
hinting, I probably agree with how you feel differently
Yes,
about their
thank you.
dynamic.
You have some good opinions, bro.
It's like let's surgically extract all of the fun out of the Toa Nuva.
Yep. They're like, we have to cut it off at the roots. Pohatu, you're gone. See, they tried to keep it in check by having Kopaka, but the bitter butter turned the better butter bitter.
Yeah, exactly.
However, the one thing about Leiwa being a more integrated character, where now he's combat effective and still a goofball, is you don't get those crazy cool moments where he just locks in, like when he's destroying Raidak. Like, that is still one of my favorite moments in the whole series, when he just messes him up, and you're like, oh, okay, he's like a ninja, I guess. Although he does have katanas, so I guess that tracks. He doesn't have katanas in this one, though, so that's why he's not a ninja, I'm sure. But I just thought that was a little bit of a letdown, because that was a cool aspect of his character that was pretty much set up since he was Chrono controlled, because he had it's like he had to prove himself.
Yeah.
Right. So now that he's healthy and not traumatized, I'm like, get out of here, bro. However, he almost gets shadow leeched twice, so I think that's still keeping in the spirit of all the evil people want Leiwa specifically. And, like Kopaka, he's essentially in his perfect form, which continues the trend. It's like he doesn't have any major character flaws anymore, he's just his endgame state.
Which I do appreciate that they've finally, like, gotten there, you know, because we have obviously grown with them throughout the series, and you're thinking the whole time, like, I feel like they should be better at this, and then they finally are actually better at it, and it is impressive because it almost makes you, like, it's competence to rival the Inika Mari, which is impressive because they're like the peak of the peak that we've seen, right?
That's what I
And
really
so-
got from it. I'm like, Greg definitely learned his character writing lessons from
Yeah.
the Inika Mari, and he just applied it to the Nuva. I'm like, what a great synthesis.
Well, and not even just the character, right? Like, he definitely honed his craft there, but he also, it works with the Nuva.
Yes.
For the same reason it works with the Inika, which is we knew their story, right? We've seen them grow. And so with the Inika, we didn't know them obviously as Toa the whole time, but we at least got to see them develop a little bit to the point where then they become Toa and then grow even further from there. And now we're getting to see that payoff with the Nuva, who up to this point felt like a insane disappointment of characters just because they were always like letting us down essentially, right? So I am happy.
Yeah, it feels like a character victory lap. They're like, yep, we're good now. We're just going to go and beat the heck out of the Makuta.
Well, and it feels deserved. I guess is really like, if I were to summarize what I'm trying to say, it finally feels deserved.
It's the completion of their arcs, essentially, which is nice. Yeah.
It really is. I 100% agree. It's basically like this is like their best versions of themselves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they know that this is their final destiny, is where this is going to be at. And
Some
so
sort
they're
of
just
final
like
battle.
all locked in. And they're ready. They're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's one cool thing I like about it, because when they're going in and their confidence, how they carry themselves, and their competence, you're like, I can see them being prepared enough to fight 6 Makuta.
Yeah.
And that's a crazy thing to try and pull off, but I think they did it. So, props to Greg. You got it. So, now we go to Leiwa's powers and equipment. So he has air powers, like normal. I couldn't believe it either. And he has the Mask of Levitation. And you may say, well, surely he uses this at least once. Like, does he lose his flying ability and has to use it to, like, save himself from landing in the swamp? No. Is a Matoran shot out of the sky and he has to use the Nuva abilities to make him levitate?
Let me guess. No.
Nope.
He could have did it.
He could have
did it. He could have did it once.
Yep, but
He
when
could
you
have did
have
it with Tama, but
when you have
No.
precise mini cyclones that you can use to move things omnidirectionally, the Mask of Levitation becomes kind of useless, which is so sad. Like, at least give him like the Mask of Flight or something, you know? But he also has the Midak Sky Blaster, and his melee weapon is the Air Saber. Now, this is all the lore on the Air Saber, and I quote, "It is a strong and sharp blade."
Wow. That's really good stuff right there.
I'm like, dang, Artaka, you've outdone yourself this time.
Really cooking there.
It's like,
hey, look. it looks cool, okay? I think it looks awesome.
it does look really cool.
It looks
I agree.
awesome. When you're looking at like the other like 3 Toa weapons, like which one, if you wanted like a life-size prop, which one would you choose? Would you choose the bayonet? Would you choose
Just
the
the
drill?
bayonet?
Or would you choose the awesome saber?
That's true.
Alright,
That's a good point.
I mean, can we choose the Pohatu twirling claw hand?
See, what I like to think is Artaka spent so much time crafting this into its pure excellence that he just looked at it and he's like, it needs no description. Look at it. Like, it's beautiful.
Exactly.
It's like, what it does is it stuns you with its beauty.
They're like the perfect confluence of form and function. He's like, forgot the function, dang it.
Oh gosh.
All right. So Artaka's just like, here's the description. It's big, it's sharp, you know what to do with it.
Yeah. And he's like, I haven't had one of these since my axe. In a southern accent now. I don't know why.
If he had an axe, that would have been so cool.
Actually, that would have been a cool full circle.
Give Kopaka the sword. Give Leiwa the axe.
I'm not gonna lie though, this sword is really freaking cool. So like
even
you
like
know.
giving like Kopaka like a shield would have been awesome too.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. It would have
Like-
been cool to come
like,
back to that.
You give him the bayonet, and then you give him the shield. That would have made it full circle. But
Yeah.
no, you get the
Or at least
little
have it
pointy
to,
thing, I
like there's
guess.
something you can attach to the Midak that puts like a shield around it, like it emanates a shield of light
Yeah.
around it. That would have been cool.
That
So
would've
like
been
you can
cool.
fly behind
He-
it, Ender's Game style almost.
Huh.
He kind of gets the shield of light with like Solek when he jumps on his back and touches him.
Yeah,
So,
but,
but
it's not as cool.
it's not like a. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But speaking of as cool, should we talk about Pohatu?
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yeah.
Wait, what does that have to do with as cool?
Pohatu's cool.
Oh, okay. That would
That is
have worked
awesome.
well for Kopaka, but
Now, I may have some controversial opinions about Pohatu, because while he is jovial and bright and fun as always, I can't help but feel that they lost the sauce somewhere in here. Because I always loved Pohatu. He's one of my favorite of the original Mata and Nuva, but I don't know what made him so likable. I don't know mechanically what they did to make him stand out amongst the rest. And so now I can't explain mechanically what they've done to my boy to make him less fascinating, less intriguing, less fun to be around. I don't know what it is, but reading the books, I'm just like, maybe it's because there's a more even spread of interesting and likable characters. But when I'm reading like the Mata and Nuva books, I'm like, I want to see what Pohatu's doing. I want to hear his opinion on this situation. Whereas in this one, I'm like, I don't really care what Pohatu's up to at this moment. Maybe it's because Kopaka and Lewa were as interesting, but I don't know. I couldn't help but feel something was lost, missing. Do you agree with me, Lovice, or do you have an explanation?
I do. I do agree with you on this. I personally think he doesn't get anything really interesting until the final. He gets a really cool moment.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it's really sad. Like you could tell, like Greg like picked like his favorites and that stuff.
Yeah.
And like his writing, he's just like, all right, and Pohatu's here for this book.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You'll have a few cool moments in the final book and have some awesome stuff with the other Makuta, but
I do feel like that's something that is consistent in Greg's writing is he is not good at handling multiple characters. Like you said, he essentially chooses his favorites. Like he has his favorites and that's who he focuses on. Like you'll watch TV shows or stuff where they have a whole cast and they are really good at, balancing between them and making sure that everybody's getting the attention. And whether or not you like some characters more than others is more personal preference rather than intentional design, right? And it's like, I feel like Greg intentionally was like, I don't have any great ideas for these characters, so let's just, put them in the background and we're just going to pretend like they're barely even here. We'll say their name, but
he does
that's about
that kind
it.
of thing a lot, actually.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's consistent.
He loved the dynamic between Kopaka and Pohatu. He loved writing Kopaka a lot too. However, his least favorite character to write for was Lewa.
Actually. Really?
Because of the tree speak.
Yeah, like she doesn't like the tree speak. He didn't like. Not to say his personality. It's just like, yeah, he's a hyperactive ADHD jokester. Like, yeah.
When his favorite character to write is Kopaka, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But I absolutely agree. Like, the same thing is gonna happen. When my opinion is the same thing happens with Nua with the Mystica. Dude's just there.
Yeah.
I think he gets one of the coolest moments with the Mystica. He gets like one of the most amazing aura hype moments in Swamp of Secrets, the book, but yeah, they just fade into the background, and it's sad. Like you're writing for six Matoran as 8 Makuta that are in the main story.
Yeah,
and
there's a lot of Makuta.
Yeah, like it's a lot, and those 8 Makuta are all like new characters for these Toa. They're already previously written, so he doesn't need to like expand as much. But I absolutely agree with you about Pohatu. It's he's so cool because it's basically the thing with the with the power of speed, basically.
Yeah,
is the way Greg described him.
Yeah. He is very defined by his mask in these books, but I digress. He's still competent and he's still good, but he's just kind of bland. And it's weird because since he had no flaws to begin with, he's like on par with everyone else now. Like they're all perfect characters. Like there's nothing to critique about Pohatu, so he doesn't have a character victory lap. He's just there, I guess is what I'd say. Cool thing though. He gets used to flying extremely fast and is one of the most effective people in the sky because the element of stone and being able to create it anywhere in the sky is just extremely effective.
Yeah.
So like he creates his own boulders to then kick at people.
Brilliant.
I'm like, he's done it. He's unlocked the secret. It's about time.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, flying Makuta just makes a fallen stalactite just come out of nowhere at you.
Right.
It's just
I was
horrifying.
imagining he could just like make giant plates essentially, right? Because why even make it a stalactite, right? You could just do a giant surface area, like fairly thick but not hugely thick plate, and it's just like they can't avoid that. It's just gonna crush them no matter what. It's basically Toa Nui coming down instead of going up.
Joven's like, no.
He basically almost does that to a Makuta too.
Does he actually?
At one point, it's crazy.
That's funny.
Yeah, there's like he makes a stalactite nearly hit Mutran, and it would have if it hit him.
It would have just taken him out.
That's funny.
And I believe there's also a moment where he takes like a boulder or a stalactite and shatters it, and then throws all those as like how Aang does,
That's
kind of in
smart.
the Avatar state against a Makuta. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's crazy, like how like he utilizes his powers in the 2008 story. Like he's just like, oh, I'm gonna pepper like little shotgun blast of like little rocks and pepper them at the Makuta. Like that's just to shatter their armor.
That's really cool.
That's why I said it was so hard to define what he lost, because mechanically and in a combat sense, he's super like interesting as always. It's just like the character sauce. But I digress. We should speak about his powers and equipment though, because he has stone powers, as we have said before. And one of his things he does a lot in this story is he makes giant stone hands come out of the ground to like grab people or whatever. He does it a lot.
I think Greg loves stone hands because
I think
it's
just hands
happened
of an
multiple
element.
times throughout this, like just throughout Bionicle.
Yeah, because it's like in the Paraka Stronghold.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Pohatu does it, and if you count Shadow Hands,
Doesn't Hyuki do it when they're in Markjuly when they're trying to? He like grabs
he
the
makes a
eels,
giant
right? Or
well, he makes a giant
he
stone
does.
hand to get him out of the eel pit.
oh, it's a giant stone hand to get them out of the eel.
Yes.
I was like, I know there was a stone hand and the eels.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so stone hand. I don't know why, but it's also in like Full Metal Alchemist everywhere. So I'm like, maybe people just like turning stone into hands.
I mean, it's super cool
It
looking.
is super cool every time. I'm like, you got me there. He also has the Mask of Speed, which is cool because one of the 42 Makuta powers is not speed. It's like the only thing that Toa have where it's like, you can't do that? No way. Well, look at those losers. They can't go Mach 87.
So is this effective in the like air? Does
Yes.
it actually increase his speed? Okay, so because previously we've only seen him run, right? Like the
Yes.
speed has affected his running, but okay, so
Yeah.
that's cool.
So then he's also got his Midax Sky Blaster, and he has twin propeller blades. I don't know if these are his adaptive Kano or his adaptive melee weapon or his adaptive armor, or if one is his melee weapon and one is the armor just
And
making
they're
his
just
hand turn into
identical.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, I'm not sure. Or funnier thing, Artaka just didn't give him a melee weapon. He's like, bro, you've never had one before. Well, the Kodan ball, but I don't count that really.
I still to this day am baffled by that choice. I just
You can't understand the genius of the Kodan ball, Jake.
number one, I don't understand what the point of it is still, and number two, why does it have a specific name?
How are we going to shove Kodan into the lore? He needs to be there. He needs a backdoor pilot into the lore.
It just doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah. But I digress. With his twin propeller blades, he can use them to fly, or they can be used as drills, which is pretty cool. And these drills are said to be strong enough to shatter Makuta armor, which I'm like, wow,
Dang.
that's pretty strong. Well, Nuo would be like, man, that's heckin' strong. Can I get some of those drills really quick? And then Pohatu's like, who the heck are you? Yeah. So any closing thoughts on Pohatu before we move on to the Makuta?
No.
I have one. Pohatu is able to realize towards the, I think it's the middle or halfway through Shadows of the Sky, he's like, oh, I'm faster than the Makuta, and they don't have the power of super speed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use this to my advantage.
Yeah, and they use it in a super cool
my time here.
sequence later on, which we'll get to in events. But yeah, it's Nito Burrito. What is with me today? I've become so weirdly 1950s wholesome.
Nito burrito. What was the other thing you said earlier?
Didn't I just say Nito?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
You just said Nito. It
Yeah.
was just plain old
Yeah,
Nito
Nito.
that time around.
Anyway, so speaking of things that are
Make me want a burrito.
anti-Nito,
Anti-Nito.
yeah, these things are Bado Burrito, the Makuta. So
Dun dun dun.
I won't go super in depth because we are going to do a full episode just on the Makuta because, wow, there's a lot to talk about with them. However, I will cover the basics here.
Now wait, Thomas. You say the Makuta. What do you mean by the Makuta?
Well, you see, there are actually 100 Makuta. They were just off screen the whole time.
So I did some building off screen.
Yeah.
The funny thing
great
is,
spirits be like,
Thomas made that sound like a joke. He's being dead serious. There are 100 Makuta.
Yeah, exactly 100 Makuta. And Icarax is one of them. He shows up in the 2007 serials to give Pterodax the staff of Artaka. So they did make a brief appearance before this.
Now, no, that means that no Makuta has ever died in the entire history of the
Yes.
universe.
And they actually address that in Swamp of Secrets. Because Onua is like, I saw some legends and stuff about Toa fighting Makuta, and he's like, there have been isolated victories, but none of them permanent.
Wow.
No Makuta has ever died up until now, which I'm like, holy cow.
That's crazy.
But I'm also like,
May I correct you on that?
Oh, really?
There has been one Toa that is known to have killed a Makuta,
Really? Who was it?
and that is a Toa of Iron. Zarya?
Oh, Zarya did it? From Overwatch?
Zarya, yeah. I think his name is Zarya. He's a Toa of Iron. He appears in the 2010 or 2011 short stories. But yeah, he has a lot of regret for killing a Makuta.
Huh.
And he
Dang.
went against the Toa code.
Interesting.
And
Noah
everything.
didn't know that at the time.
Yep.
So
No, he
That's
probably
interesting.
didn't. He,
Yeah,
he
no,
never
that's-
met them, but yeah, but that's
that's good to know, yeah. That's really
Yeah.
interesting. So there were 99 Makuta running around.
And yeah, to confirm, it is Zarya. Zaria. Or Zarya.
Zarya from Overwatch?
I'm just imagining she shoots a black hole at the Makuta, just That'd be a Toa of gravity, though, I guess. Sad. Missed opportunity. Overwatch almost ripped off Craig. They were this close. But back to the Makuta. So all the Makuta have proto-steel armor, which is crazy to start off with, because as we've been over, that's like the toughest thing in the universe. And they are all they're gaseous energy beings that inhabit the armor. And they can also use this to inhabit other empty receptacles like robots or vats, most famously. The Vat Man returns. They also have the little bitty detail of having access to all 42 Rakshi abilities. Now, I'm
Just
sure
a little itty bitty detail.
I'm sure you all memorized the Rakshi abilities when we went over them in the Rakshi episode, right?
Yeah.
You just have those on tap.
I remember all of them.
So I will not be
yeah.
going
Let's
over all of them
go
here.
through them. Oh,
One by one.
yes.
No, that would take too long.
No.
You know, I just wouldn't want to bore you guys. You know,
Yeah.
that's all.
However, there are caveats to these powers. They can only use one at a time, just like how Toa can only use one mask power at a time. But they can be used in conjunction with the Makuta masks. So like how Toa can use their elemental powers and their mask powers at the same time, Makuta can use a Rakshi power and a mask power at the same time. I think the Makuta can also use them with their elemental powers, because Makuta have control over the element of shadow, but I'm not sure.
Yes, they can.
Okay, they can, yeah. So theoretically, they could use a mask, a Rakshi, and a shadow power all at the same time.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool,
Yeah,
actually.
but it would obviously take a lot of concentration. However, I will now go over the most notable Rakshi powers and the ones they use the most frequently, which are Chain Lightning, Gravity, Magnetism, Shattering, Laser Vision, Heat and Cold Resistance, Teleportation, and Shapeshifting. Because I'm like, holy cow. And that's just 8 of 42 abilities.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, it gets 9. And this isn't a Rakshi power, but all Makuta are just telepaths. Just straight up. And like extremely powerful telepaths too. It's like, Greg, why'd you give them all these abilities? what is the purpose here?
Greg,
and of
why?
course, they have the elemental shadow equal to that of a Toa. So it's like, what?
How do they ever lose?
Yeah,
Is the
exactly.
real question.
Exactly. It's
hubris.
Well, they don't lose.
They lose once.
Yeah, one guy lost once.
They lose to each other most of the time.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Even then, though, they don't kill each other like Nuzarix. They just trap.
That's.
They wanted to kill him, though.
I mean,
we'll get to that, though.
like they lose a lot to each other, but man, no one else likes to go against them.
Yep. So they are the most powerful race in the universe, bar none. it's not close. Like, the closest you're getting are, like, paragons like Brutaka. And even then, it's not a fair fight. It's an underdog story when they fight.
Yeah.
So it's just like, holy moly. And it makes the context of when the Barraki see the Brotherhood of Makuta marching on them. They're like, this is the most powerful, benevolent force in the universe. And why they got crushed in like half a day.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm surprised it took half a day, bro. To be fair, only Makuta himself was there, and he wasn't on the battlefield. So it's like, that was just their minions doing it, which is nuts.
Remember that time when the Barraki almost
He didn't want to
killed
dirty
Makuta?
his hands at that time.
Exactly.
He just wanted to sit in the background. He's just like, servant's another Toa, just do it. And
The funny thing is,
go to the
that's like
execution, I guess.
super characteristic of Pterodax.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, basically all we ever see him do is scheme in the background while he's like, I'm going to send other things to do my bidding. And like, finally, at this stage, he starts getting his hands a little dirty, but it definitely is within his character.
Yeah. And speaking of
There's
that...
like, there's
Oh, so go ahead.
Yeah, there's like moments. Sorry, there's like moments where he does like lock in occasionally.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
true,
Like,
yeah, he
every
does.
few thousand years.
Yeah.
Like when Ikarex like tries to usurp him, he's just like, oh, that's funny.
He's like,
Okay.
that's not happening.
Or he's fighting Karzani. Karzani hits him with a mental attack. He's like, okay, now it's serious. Shoots him
Well,
halfway across the
the
planet.
whole time he's
Right.
in Maximus
Okay.
is like, that's when like the first time I think we really see Pterodax in the story, like just super lock in. He's like, I'm holding nothing back. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, this needs to happen, and whatever I need to do to make it happen and survive this, that's what's gonna
Bro
happen.
survived a 1v60,000 against the Barraki army. That's pretty good. Yeah.
That's pretty good odds.
Yeah.
Like,
But speaking of the Makuta's pride, this is a weakness of their race that they all share. And it is to the extent that is acknowledged as a crippling weakness by both the Makuta and the Toa. Like, these Makuta are so heckin' prideful, they will make unforced errors just because. And it's called the curse of the Makuta. Because they're like, yeah, this is a major weakness of ours. Because if they were just going 100% all the time, they could conquer the universe in like 0 seconds flat. But they're like, it's beneath my notice to do such things. I don't know why they're so zesty. But
And French.
they have Golly's mask and they're like, wee. But yeah, it's an acknowledged flaw in the story that they're just like way too prideful for their own good. It's their kryptonite, almost literally. Not literally at all, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
it like makes sense. Like that's like why like some of them have like Toa Haga teams. They're just like, I'm not wasting my time. I want to do other things.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm-
I'm not gonna. Yeah, like
No, yeah, literally, because it's like we went over all the powers they have. They have a right to think that they're the best in the universe because they straight up just are. But they take it to a level that no one's ever seen. They're like, yeah, we're pretty good. Let's kill God. It's like, I think you may be a little prideful there. I think your pride is showing a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. So, are we
Just a
ready to
wee
move on
bit.
to the Phantoka Makuta specifically?
Yes, sure.
Excellent. So, what they all share in their traits is that they are permanently blind because when Mitoro saved the Great Spirit and converted into pure energy, it flooded Karda Nui with so much light that it made the Makuta blind, and it went through like solid stone and was like making the Avmatoran, who were hiding inside a bunker inside a giant stalactite, still feel like they couldn't escape the light. It was going through their eyelids. It's like, holy cow, I can see why they went blind, but how are they not like evaporated
Yeah.
on the spot?
Because aren't they pure shadow?
They're not pure shadow. They're gaseous energy, but they are shadow aligned. It's kind of complicated, but I don't know why they didn't die.
The biology of the Makuta is truly a mystery.
The biology. Greg's like, I'm not a biologist.
Like,
The bugology,
how
just
does,
like me for real.
How do you like think about this? How does a gas become blind?
Well, you
Ask yourself this.
Valid question.
see, I don't assume that gas can see in its normal state. So, But I guess since they are in bodies that they shapeshift to have eyes, the eyes go blind. I don't know why they can't just shapeshift new eyes. But I'm presuming it has something to do with the mystical element of the Mask of Life being like, no, you just can't see anymore, get wrecked.
Like, I even thought, like, don't quote me on this, but I thought if they even, like, transferred and say they went into an Exo-Toa body, instead just abandoned their old bodies, they couldn't see either. That's just like, oh, no, you're negated. You do not get the gift of sight no more, thanks to the Mask of Life.
Yeah. I like to think it is some sort of mystical thing. It's like it's now etched into their essence that like just don't see, which is why they have to circumvent it in such a crazy way by having Shadow Matoran, where when they're touching them, they can see through their eyes, which is weird. So they fight in third person, which is a cool concept. And that also,
like, where were the Shadow Matoran? Where were the Shadow Matoran when it like exploded with light? That's like my big question. Like,
yeah,
why
that's a good point, because sure, they have all gone blind.
That's what I asked.
Wait, I think there was a reason for that. I was reading about that at one point. They were...
they closed their eyes.
I'm trying to remember. No, they were somewhere else. They were doing something else at the time. I actually read about this. I can't remember what it was. I was doing research about it.
They're all doing their 12-hour shifts at the Not Going Blind factory. Our viewers can't even imagine.
Like, for like M&R, we had to say they were all in the Shadow Leech Hive. Like, all of them.
Yeah.
And that stuff.
Yeah.
That's like our reason that we came up with. They're just all 500 or so are all in the Shadow Leech Hive with Mutran.
They were having a team meeting.
Yeah, exactly. And the 3 Makuta were just unfortunately next to the waterfall that got
they
exploded.
were near the waterfall, so that's on them. Yeah, it's one of those things. I think it's a cool concept. I just wish it was explained a little more, or elaborated on a little more. But I digress, I suppose. It is a cool element, and I like that they nerfed the Makuta in some way, so it's not like complete stomp right off the bat.
Absolutely.
Get it right off the bat, because they're bats.
So funny.
Yes. Now, the second trait that they'll have in common is that they carry Tridax pods. So, these pods were invented by Mutran and either or Kirox and Tridax. Because one source says that Kirox helped make it, that's Makuta's Guide to the Universe. The other source said that Tridax helped Mutran make it, and that's why they're called Tridax pods. That one seems a little more obvious to me.
Actually.
That's more... that makes a lot more sense.
But also, I don't see why it's impossible that both of them couldn't have helped on it.
Yeah.
I just want to know who in the marketing team named these things, and then Greg was like, oh crap, now I gotta come up with a name, a reason why these things are named this.
Makuta Kodan Ball. He helped create the Kodan Ball.
How I would love to talk to Greg Farshty and just ask him. He's just gonna say, I don't remember for like 95%.
He'll be like, who cares?
Why do you go get a life?
I know,
Yeah.
Greg, he named Tridex after the Tridex pod, so they didn't have to go through legal for like the names and that stuff.
Oh, that
makes
so you
a lot
just
of
make
sense.
like a spare. So that's how he, if you go through the entire Bionicle story, because of the lawsuit that happened in the was it 2000 or 2001?
Yeah.
So how they like Lego had to always approve a name.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Greg had to submit, or the story team had to submit, and they would be like, okay, these names are good and approved by legal. So if they had to come up with names of like objects, tools, or islands, sometimes they would be named after characters, so they wouldn't need to
Right.
go through
Go
legal
through the
again
process.
to create new characters' names.
Which
is
is why
why
you have
they-
Trencrom Peninsula and the Trencrom break. Yeah.
Well, and also the golden skin being,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
That's why he doesn't
And
have
that's
a name.
why that,
Yeah.
like, yeah. Like, that's why Tridex has a name when they needed a Makuta in the story serials.
Yeah.
That makes a
Dude,
lot
now
of
I'm just
sense.
imagining
actually.
like Makuta Kolhi Ball. He's just like picking anything he can that's not already a character. That's funny though. But cool thing about the Tridax pod themselves, the original concept and prototype for the Tridax pod came from set designer Brian Ellis, who envisioned it as a napalm maggot bomb. which I'm like, wow. You're a wordsmith there, Brian.
Napalm, maggot bomb.
So weirdly evocative.
Is Brian Ellis he's the guy I just sent that video about, right?
What video?
He just posted a video talking about his like design process for Prydac and Nupru and
okay, because I was gonna say he's the one who designed Prydac as well.
Yeah, and super interesting video. That was I was saying that we should try to reach out to him and see if we could get him on because he literally just posted this video like this week and it was really good. So
yeah, we'll kidnap him. We'll get him on the show. So, the Tridex pods are also full of shadow leeches, and each pod holds 4 shadow leeches. Now, I thought that seemed pretty weak. However, that's because shadow leeches themselves are 2 feet long. They just curl themselves up into a ball to save space.
That's crazy, actually.
What the heck? Yeah. So, because shadow leeches are just mutated Karda that can drain the light from beings and prevent that light from regenerating. So, in my opinion, they seem to be like artificial shadow Karda, is kind of how they work. Because the shadow Karda can like infect things and turn them to darkness temporarily. This seems to be a more stable form for that effect. But the shadow leeches themselves are less stable because they have a lifespan outside of the pods of about 10 minutes. If they don't get something done in 10 minutes, they're just dead and gone. So I'm like, that's a pretty cool trade-off. It's like permanent shadow being, but you get a 10-minute window to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it makes sense. And that's why they need the hive to keep pumping out shadow leeches because they die super fast. So I'm like, that's a cool world building thing. If any Toa are partially drained by a shadow leech, then they get half shadow powers, or they get shadow powers, it seems, proportional to how much of their energy was drained. So if they get like 20% drained, they'd have 20% shadow powers, 80% fire powers. Which I'm like, huh. That's kind of interesting. You can just mix and match your Shadow Toa. But if they get fully drained, then they become just a full-on Toa of Shadow, which is a pretty cool concept. If they are drained, though, they don't just have elemental reserves up to 80%. They can also only use those powers at 80% effectiveness. And like Shadow powers at like 20% effectiveness.
Interesting.
So it's proportional to how much they get drained.
So if they get drained all the way, what happens to their psyche, their mental state?
They become evil.
Okay.
Because
just straight
all
up
the
evil.
Shadow Matoran get drained, and you just become evil.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And now it's not like it's the cool kind of like turning people evil.
I thought you were gonna say it's the cool kind of evil. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know how you're gonna rationalize this one.
It's the cool kind of turning people evil because it changes their mindset where they're like, oh, now I want to get stuff from it. I want to be selfish, right? I want to hurt people. It's not the I'm forced to hurt people or like I feel like I don't have control of my own actions. Because like when some of them eventually get freed, they look back on their actions like, holy cow, what was I thinking? But they remember what they're thinking, but now they see it in a new light and they're like, that's obviously wrong.
Was that a pun?
Yes. They're called that one counts too, okay? Yeah. So I like it.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. I thought it was a neat addition to the lore. But now we move on. Those are all the shared traits of the Makuta, and now we move on to the Makuta individually, starting with
Wait, I thought we were doing an episode about the Makuta.
Makuta as a species.
Oh, gotcha.
This is the Phantoka Makuta.
I see. Gotcha.
Yes.
I got
Thomas is
confused.
breaking all the formats.
Yeah.
Instead of doing a Karda Nui episode, we're doing a Phantoka episode.
Well, we're
Instead
still
of
gonna
it
do a
just
Karda
being the
Nui episode.
Phantoka episode, it's the Phantoka and the Phantoka villains.
It's the Phantoka wave.
Okay.
Yes. So we have Antraz himself. So he is Pterodax's primary lieutenant, and he was one of the first to join Pterodax when he took over the Brotherhood from Mizrax. Sorry, I'm funny. I said, I bet.
Yeah, sure.
I bet Rudaka was not a fan that he was Pterodax's primary lieutenant. She's like, whatever, that spot's so bad. And he is also the leader of all the Karda Nui Makuta. Yes.
Did you just put Rudaka and fan in the same sentence?
Rudaka fan's gonna like this
Rudaka
one.
fan mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah. And, strange thing, Antraz was assigned to Zia.
I bet she wasn't a fan of that either, too.
No, yeah. Rudaka's like, I can't get away from this guy. This creep. And extra cool detail, he had his own Toa Haga team. Which I'm like, oh, now we know he was pretty hot stuff, because yowza. Although we don't know what happened to them, presumably they died. I can't see him letting them live.
Just as a reminder, Toa Haga was the general term used for the bodyguards of the Makuta. And then there was the Toa Haga, which is a specific team that has very important ramifications in the story. And we've discussed them.
Yeah.
But just
watch our Toa Haga episode for more.
Yeah, just to catch, because it seems kind of confusing when you say he had his own Toa Haga team. It's like, what does that mean?
They were on lease, you see.
Yeah.
But I just like to imagine that like Pterodax walked in from the Toa Haga assault with like a black eye. He's like, guys, you do not want Toa Haga around.
Yeah. That's pretty accurate to canon, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If you think about it like that way, like they beat him to a pulp.
Yeah. Well, that is a funny thing when we're talking about Makuta, like isolated incidents where they were beaten. I'm like, I think I know of one where they beat the snot out of Pterodax. Although Pterodax probably didn't record that one.
No, he isn't like probably talking about that one.
But the Rahaga are like, let me tell you guys, okay? They like see the boats coming from Markjuly and they're shouting, we beat Pterodax in a fight! But back to Antraz, I guess. He is a good commander and warrior, and he does not underestimate people. The only Makuta to do so.
That's crazy, actually.
He actually gives a whole speech about the dangers of Toa and how overlooking them can lead to serious complications. Like, we gotta treat them like actual foes and take them down.
He basically like gives like a history lesson. These guys are like crazy. Like guys, like I know you're not taking it seriously. I'm taking it seriously. Like
he's the
they will
Alex
kill
Jones of
us.
Bionicle.
Like, they're terrifying. We're gonna call him the big dog Icarax. Like
I know, because he actually acts on it because he's like, I'm bringing
Acts on it?
Oh, he Brutaka on it. No, he calls in Icarax, who all the other Matoran or all the other Makuta are like, are you crazy? This guy's just gonna like blow everything up. He's like, I want to kill the Toa really bad. Like, okay, you do you, I guess. One thing to note is he isn't the best fighter and he isn't the best like tactician or like strategist, because Pterodax is the best strategist, I think, by a long shot, and Icarax is the best fighter by a long shot, but he's the best combo of the two, which I'm like, that's cool. And he's also generally honorable. I put this in quotes because he's referred to as honorable in some ancillary material, but this is by Makuta standards. So he'll still use like unfair abilities and sneak and hide and like just graviton surge you if he's losing, but he'll generally try to just like charge you and kill you up front. So it's like, okay, that's something, I guess.
So again, kind of like Huki, he has almost like a sportsman-like instinct when he wants to fight.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, we'll give this a fair go first, and then if I start losing, then we'll use the crazy overpowered powers.
That's kind of the vibe I got from him. Because like he uses his chameleon power to go and steal one of the vehicles from him. I'm like, that doesn't seem very honorable at all there, Antrazi boy. However, this is my favorite note about him. He quite likes riding his Destral cycle. Now, if you don't know what the Destral cycle is,
I don't.
It's a thing Avac invented. It is a motorcycle with wheels. And it got taken by the Brotherhood of Makuta when they raided a Dark Hunter base. And Antraz now personally owns it and likes riding around on it.
Classic.
Like, what?
Classic.
I imagine him just like riding by Avac. He's like, hey, Avac, you like my ride? He's like, you wish you could ride it, but you don't have legs anymore, so you can't touch the pedals.
Dude, him just cruising around on Zia. He like drives by Radaki. He's like, loser! He has like sunglasses.
He like flips them down.
Yeah.
I've always felt like Antraz is like very like Hades coded, you know, like from Percy Jackson, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he gives off those similar vibes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like how we all know Percy Jackson. It's like, yeah.
Naturally.
Or he's like a mix between Hades and Ares, actually.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah. But speaking of Hades and Ares, power and equipment. See, the segue was because of the and.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
So good.
He has the Kanohi Jutlin, which is the mask of corruption. And this can break down any non-organic material, which includes protosteel, and it includes non-organics within an organism, like their armor.
Would you like to explain to me why he doesn't use this literally all the time?
I will in a little bit. I gotta keep going. This is essentially the opposite of the mask of regeneration. So the Kanohi Kiril, which can regenerate any non-organic thing, this one just is the exact opposite.
It's like the Mask of Rust, kind of.
Yeah, but not the game, because the game sucks. More like the Mask of Ark Survival Evolved.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because that game's so much better.
Check out an Amphibaraptors video.
It could have at least been Survival Ascended, then you would have had a leg to stand on.
I didn't know there was 2 games. I've never really played Ark. But anyway, we digress. The digression must continue. It's the reason he doesn't use it, I assume, is because its power is slower than his inbuilt Makuta powers, like disintegration or fragmentation. So if he's in range of you, just explode you.
I guess
Explode this person.
God, please explode this person.
It is also considered.
I'll try to
Mentioning
find that
obscure
meme.
memes.
Yeah, I'll put it up. It up.
It is also considered an immoral mask because it seems kind of immoral, but also any mask that the Makuta wear normally is immoral by association.
Frankly, it doesn't feel that like especially immoral. I don't know. I guess it's not great.
However, he does have a cool addition. He shapeshifted his mask to have poisonous fangs on him.
That is cool.
I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty sick.
To look like he has poisonous fangs or to actually have
actually has
poisonous,
poisonous
How does
fangs.
that work?
He actually has poisonous. Good question.
Samuel, stop asking Gordon.
I don't know.
Stop asking.
Wait, actually,
It's never shown.
Yeah.
that's actually crazy because if they can just put on a mask and change the shape of it, just give like. You could just like mass produce poison fanged masks. You just like
Mass-produce.
put on a new one, has poison fangs now, put it back, put on a new one, has poison fangs,
That's
put it
what,
back.
like, there are so many questions raised by this simple statement.
Yeah.
Zerkalda's gonna have a lot of puns to
There's a
make
lot
on
of
this
questions I have about his mask too.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to the next part of the note.
Yeah. And Lovice put it in the notes that this was never used in the story because reasons, I suppose.
He never uses his mask power. He never uses the poison fangs.
Mm-hmm.
We never see it in the story. The
Yeah.
power of the Jolton. And we even have 2 Makuta who have this power
That's
in the story.
This
You
is
never
just
see it.
strange.
This is just absolutely a case of Greg just being really upset with the set designers and being like, you know what? I gave an explanation. Here's your marketing materials. Let me write my story.
Brian Ellis innocently putting fangs on this mask. This is so cool, Greg. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
like it's one of the coolest design masks. Like
It is
literally,
really
like,
cool.
Really cool.
like everyone, like he's like the poster child of like the Makuta. I think even more than the Mystica. Like, and people think
Yeah.
like the Brotherhood of Makuta of like 2008. They think
It's true.
Antros.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
also
true.
he's red and black too, which just
It's
makes him look so
cool.
like so cool.
And he's
It's
red,
his
so he's obviously the
silhouette.
leader.
It's so
yeah,
cool.
and he's a fire guy.
He's so awesome.
Yeah.
And yep, and we don't get his mask power shown. So
Yeah.
Yep. Oh
Cool.
well.
and he gets a different form of his mask too later on too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's
Yeah,
true.
he does.
His
That's
mask
right.
power. So
Which is not
like,
as cool,
everyone
by the
loved
way.
him, but doesn't deserve a mask power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the story.
But he has additional
Oh, well.
equipment. He has his Tridax pod, and he has his weapon, claws.
Wow.
Yes.
Great stuff.
Presumably they're made out of protosteel because their entire bodies are made out of protosteel. So I'm like, at least it's a protosteel claw.
Right.
But it doesn't capture the imagination.
It
now,
doesn't
does
have
it?
the je ne sais claw.
That was pretty good. So
That was an actual good pun.
Thank you.
as a character, I think he's good enough, but he doesn't have the thing to like put it over the edge. Like I want a little something, like maybe like a coherent ideology. Why does he do what
I
he do?
definitely think the Mystica Makuta are better in that way. Like they have that special sauce, you know.
Design or character wise? Because I'm saying like as a lore
Character-wise.
character. Really?
Yeah. Like Gorast, Kreka, like both of them are just like
Yeah.
solid.
I would say Gorast and Krakow. Yeah.
Bitil's pretty, he's got some interesting.
You know, I would say, yeah, as
Yeah.
characters, I think the Mystica are more interesting. As sets, I prefer the Phantoka.
Yeah. The only one that's actually like, well, yeah.
I get where you're coming from. I hate Batil. I hate Batil.
Really? Okay, Batil was my Makuta.
So Lord, I could yell about Batil probably for like 10 minutes about how much I hate him, the design and the character, and be like, why does this exist?
Brian Ellis making Batil.
I can speak to that. Like, I totally agree. Batil has been my least favorite of the Makuta designs. Like, as far as I can remember. However, I don't really know his character, so I can't say how much I feel that way, but I do agree with you. I hate his design as well.
So I acknowledge that he is the worst design and is not the most interesting character, but he was the Makuta set that I got, and his story is that like he wants to be like a warrior, but he's like naturally good at science. He's like, I want to prove myself. And I've always related to that underdog story, because I too want to be a warrior. So
I too want to be useful.
I will fight back, not out of principle, but out of pure bias. But this isn't about Batil. This was about Antros.
Oh, it was? Oh, yeah.
My Antrosi pizza. So, are we good to move on to Vampira?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So,
let's go.
Vampira, personality and traits, 0.
None.
Vampira's not a character. I'm just going to say that up front. Like, Vampira doesn't do squat, and not talking hinders him severely. But that does bring us onto a first point. Vampira is not a girl.
Yeah.
Yep.
But if not girl, why blue? Curious, Greg. Riddle me
If
this.
blue, why not water?
And adding to the confusion, his Matoran that he's paired with is female.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on here?
Well,
That
that's
is
because
actually
she's
really-
a Gomatoran.
No, she's
No,
not.
she's an Avmatoran.
Well,
Oh.
Krawmatoran, but
Yeah, actually, you're right.
originally Av.
Yes.
That's fair.
Which I'm like, what a weird. Why not just make him a girl? Hit him with the transgender beam. However, he was the Makuta of Odina, which is the Dark Hunter island. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, he must have been terrible at his job if he let the Dark Hunters just set up shop and then openly oppose the Brotherhood. Like, he probably got chewed out at some meeting. He's like, fine, I'm taking a vow of silence. I'm never talking to you stupid guys again. That's how I imagine it went down.
Doesn't they?
he's,
Isn't
like,
there like given reason
feared.
because he's like this like silent hunter or something like
Yes.
that?
That's his given reason. What were you going to say, Lovice?
like he's like feared throughout the entire Matoran universe. Like a lot of people like know who he is,
Mm-hmm.
and he's so boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
know.
boring.
Like, there's so much potential there to have like this actually
Like,
like,
everyone,
really
like-
genuinely terrifying like silent hunter. Like you know, like this guy that comes out of the shadows and just like wipes you
Yeah.
and then leaves.
Like, if
you
he's
know?
more brutal than someone else or
Right.
whatever, I could understand it, but he's just like a normal Makuta who has no personality.
right.
like Icarex like kind of like respects him. He like mocks him being like the silent hunter, and like his other like neat fact is he's the best at flying out of all the Makuta in like the story.
Right.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you've got like his aesthetic and his general traits. It's like, what else are you adding to him as a character? And Greg's like, I didn't really think that far ahead. And it's every time I'm looking through like Makuta's Guide to the Universe and I get to the Phantoka, I turn the page and there's Vampira on it. I'm like, I forgot you existed.
Yeah.
And then I turn the page and I forget he exists.
Yeah.
It's very
No,
Wanua
it's-
coded of
it's
him.
true. Who?
Who?
Oh.
So I have something. I have something very interesting about Vampira. Out
Okay.
of everyone on my stop motion team, and most people on my team helping out this project, that is their favorite Makuta, is Vampira. We put him
Really? Huh.
Wow.
I don't get
How?
it. I hated working with him in stop motion animation. Horrible. Everyone else loves him. It was their like first Makuta. For most people, it was their first Makuta set. I hated every second animating him in episode 1. Just know that when you see the animation done by me, know that every painstaking second, I hated working with him.
Good
That's
to know.
good to know.
That's crazy.
That's actually hilarious.
Oh, that's funny. I'm just imagining the I have no mouth and I must scream speech, but for Vampra, it's like, no matter how long you live, you'll never understand how much I hate Vampra. But back to Vampra. Back to the scarce information we have on Vampra. He was actually the one to discover the entrance to Karda Nui. So that's pretty based of him. He's like, hey, big portal that goes to Karda Nui. They're like, hey, you get a promotion to not talking. You're cut off from talking.
A promotion to not talking.
Yeah. And so this expounding on that trait, he doesn't talk out loud ever. He is much like Nuju in that sense. And some Makuta even wondered if he could talk at all. Or they're like, is he just naturally mute? But he does communicate telepathically. Rarely. I'm like, wow, that's a... It's just weird, because you think if he's like took some sort of vow of silence or was physically unable to talk, he would be kind of chattier telepathically.
Yeah.
But no, telepathically, he's just like, who cares? I don't think in the story, I don't think we ever see him communicating to someone else. We just see people sending him information.
Huh.
He does like one thing. He like mimes. He like tells Gabla through like a stone that they're trying to get the keystones. But that's it. Like he doesn't tell her. That would have been easier. Just be like, hey, and telepathically, the Toa are trying to get the keystones. This
is reminding me a lot of
He crushes
Nuju.
a rock. He crushes a rock, puts it in his hand or claw, and puts it up to Gavla's face and goes, keystone, basically. And like then Gavla, like, it takes like a second. She's like, oh, they're trying to get the keystones. Nope. He went the long way for this. Could have just said telepathic.
I mean,
Message going, they're getting the keystones. It's a trap.
His whole aesthetic is just pure theatrics. I guess it does make some sort of sense. He's like, I'm going to be the most overdramatic person to ever exist. It's just so weird to me, because I'm like, it makes him so much less effective at doing anything. And also, like, why would you put him on a team with anyone? Obviously, he's heckin' useless at team coordination. So,
and it's not, the dumb thing is, it's not like he can't talk.
He
doesn't.
just chooses not to. Like, it's literally the Nuju conundrum where you're like, you're just nerfing yourself massively for no reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you doing? Like, I can understand talking even sparingly, but not at all.
Even when like on death situations, doesn't talk.
Yeah.
At all.
It could have been like the Darth Maul thing, where it's like he doesn't talk, but he can talk.
But Darth Maul
like
does
occasionally
talk
does
in the movie.
Rarely.
He talks once.
Yeah, but that's still more than Vampra.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. But getting back to it, Vampra loved hunting and stalking prey, and would sometimes let the prey go so that he could hunt him down and continue. And I'm sitting here after reading this, I'm like, I think Vampra may be a Bordock. Because he is blue, he doesn't talk out loud, he communicates in strange alternate methods, he loves hunting, and will release captives to hunt again, and he possesses all 42 Krata powers.
He's not actually...
Wait a second, what?
He's not actually a Makuta.
Yeah.
The surprise powers of the Baki.
It was Nuperu's experiment before making the crawl. He accidentally made Vampro. He's like, oh shoot, okay. Time for pure robots this time. I just thought it was a funny coincidence. I'm like, what's with the blue people and being complete psychos?
Nuperu's like, I create life
and I destroy.
No, he doesn't do that part.
Yeah.
He just creates life.
And I erase its free will. Yeah. So one cool thing about Vampro, the only cool thing, is that when he flies in the books, it has a very Night Fury vibe to it. So like they describe him just like gliding by super fast and silently, and I always imagine just How to Train Your Dragon. They're like, Night Fury! And it just zooms by super fast. That's how it's described. I'm like, okay, that's actually really cool. However, it's balanced out by the fact that he has no personality. He never does anything important. He never does anything interesting, even if it wasn't important. And he could be removed from the story and literally nothing would change. I'm like, oh, that's a bummer.
Also,
he may be a Bordock.
So, I just want to say, the fact that I regularly forget that Vampra is a male also speaks to how nothing burger of his character is, because it's like I can't even retain like the most basic of information about him.
Well, because there's no other information about him. He's a stalker bat guy who's not a girl. That's his whole character. It's just so weird. However, he does have some power and equipment. Oh, wait, go ahead.
He's just so boring.
Yeah.
So sad.
I know.
He's a cool design. Like, I think
Yeah.
he's a cool design.
Yeah, the design is great. Cool looking character.
However,
Yet another character ruined by Greg.
Greg's like, kill this guy. So, but speaking of the cool design, his mask. So powers and equipment, he has the Kanohi Avsa, which is the mask of hunger. And this allows him to drain the light, energy, or positive emotions from his target. He liked draining the emotions of his target because he's like, oh yeah, I'm making this person, less happy or whatever because he's a sadistic freak. But in combat, he would just drain opponents' energy. The light draining thing kind of worked how the shadow leeches did, but I believe if it is interrupted, it doesn't have that barrier that stops the light regenerating. He has to do the full complete drain for it to take effect and you become an evil person.
I just want to say, or ask a question rather.
Okay.
Did J.K. Rowling steal the ideas of the Dementors from Greg?
She's like, this is heckin' Gene.
A year after she wrote her last book, she stole the idea, went back in time, used a time turner, went back in time, added it into her series. Brilliant.
So then he also has a Tridax pod, and he has sharp wings and claws. Now, given that his body is protosteel, the wings are presumably also protosteel and sharp. So that kind of gives him Timberjack vibes from How to Train Your Dragon, where they just fly through and cut down trees. And I'm like, they should have just made this guy a full How to Train Your Dragon parody at this point, because those are like the only cool elements about him. I'm like, just make him breathe fire. That would be cool.
That actually would be really cool.
I was trying to think, like, is one of the Makuta powers breathing fire? But I'm like, no, I don't think it is.
There's laser vision.
And heat vision.
Yeah.
So he could simulate breathing fire if he used illusion as well. Yeah. I breathe from my eyes.
Well, actually, that is crazy because they could... Actually, now I'm thinking about that.
But illusion's a Krata power, so they couldn't use it at the same time as heat vision.
Oh, that's a good point.
But if he had the mask of illusion, then he could do it. Actually, well, no, he couldn't.
Go rip off Matt Tao's face.
Turaga Matau or Toa Matau? Because if he gets rid of Turaga Matau's mask, I will be over the moon. I hate that mask. It's so fucking ugly. And then he could shapeshift the mask to not look like complete stupidness.
I feel like Matau specifically made an illusion to make his mask look ugly so no one would try to steal it.
It's genius. Foolproof. So any more comments about Vanbra?
No, I know. I mean, I feel like I'm exhausted.
I think we've suitably disparaged him enough.
Yep, he joins the Wanua Umbra club of just get out of here.
Who was that first one you said?
But now we move on to Kirox. That's how you pronounce it, right?
Kirox.
Okay, because I remember it being something super stupid. And I'm like, Kirox?
I always said it was Chirox.
That's according to a Greg post.
What does Greg know about Bionicle? No, it's whatever. I always thought it was Kirox because I thought it was kind of like Clorox wipes, but with an I. So, Anyway, his personality and traits. He is a scientist and a Rahi maker, and he is very skilled. He is one of the best, but all of his creations are ecologically useless. So some of his most notable creations are the Doom Viper, the Lorok, not the Lorax, that's something else, and very ecologically useful, actually. He also made the Catapult Scorpion, and he made, perhaps the most well-known, the Visorak. So you can see this guy is not much of a conservationist. And his region that he ruled was the region that contained Kitongu's island, and of course the island of Visorak, which had a name before that until, the Visorak took it over. Yeah. And cool thing, he also had a Toahaga team, so he was some pretty hot stuff. Yo, one hot scientist.
I was thinking more.
It wasn't even a fire Toa. How could he be hot?
He's like a blackish gray, so he's an earth guy.
Obviously an earth guy.
So, he was also one of the first to join Paradax. And he always wanted to make fierce and dangerous Rahi. This was one of his main pleasures in life. He's like, I live to just make evil things that kill people.
Bro, same.
What? However, he has a major rival, and that is Mutran. Because Mutran is also a super accomplished scientist, but the stuff he makes isn't pure evil and can actually serve a purpose. So he's like, I hate this guy. What a loser.
This seems like an Artaka Karzani sort of rivalry.
No, because Kirox can actually make things that work.
Fair enough.
And he's not completely insane. He's actually one of the more stable Makuta. All the Phantoka Makuta are actually mentally, they're pretty much all there. The Mystica Makuta get a little more wobbly.
One of them's not with us on the same realm as us, I think.
Yep.
He's also not particularly good in combat by Makuta standards, because any Makuta is obviously going to be, super good at just like gravity destroy you or like shoot you with shadow hands. But he's not a fighter like Antraz or Icarax or Gorast. He's probably, I don't know, if we include Batil's mask, he's probably even worse than Batil at fighting. He may be the worst fighter out of the whole group. What would you say, Lovice?
He is. Oh, absolutely. Hands down. He is, in the story, I would almost say Mutran is, but Mutran gets some pretty good moments. When he makes mention, Mutran always likes to say, I'm not a fighter, and that stuff in his head when he talks to himself. But Kirox is terrible at fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets any major wins in any fight at all.
He gets a major loss.
He's not really
in the
a
last
fighter,
book,
though.
I think.
That's his thing.
But Toa Nuva.
That's what we're talking about.
Like, we're
just substantiating the claim that he's garbage at combat.
Yeah. Well, but I'm saying, like, his strengths, he's actually good in other areas.
Well, yeah.
It's not just that, like, like, unlike many other characters in Bionicle, his entire status is not tied to how well he can fight.
Yeah, and that's what I like about him, because he does acknowledge it. Like, he obviously has a major ego, right, as all Makuta do, but he kind of does this in a cool way, because he's extremely skilled and competent in an area, and he acknowledges that. He's like, I am a great scientist. I'm not really a fighter. But then when Mutran is maybe a better scientist than him, that's when he starts going like, no, I must be, right? This guy, he doesn't know what he's doing. It's like the Walter White thing. It's like, this guy, this person doesn't know what they're doing. That's kind of the vibe I get from it.
This guy?
But even then, he is still smart enough to acknowledge when he needs Mutran's help on something. He's like, I will work with Mutran because he is, unfortunately, really good at what he does. So I'm like, that's a surprising amount of humility from a Makuta. But he does want to think of himself against the best. Or that he is the best. And when he butts up against reality, it still hurts, right?
There's something interesting that I found throughout like the story. He's the Makuta that gets angry the most. Like, he actually has like a true like temper on that stuff. Like when he gets blind, like, he's throwing a hissy fit. He is so upset about it, and like he has temper tantrums. But like the other Makuta don't have that really. Like definitely like some of the Mystica Makuta are way more unstable. But he's just like, no, like I'm like really upset about like different events and that stuff.
Yeah,
I find that like really interesting about him.
Yeah, it is interesting because like he'll like question Antraz or Mutran on like strategy or Rahi, and then he'll be wrong about it, and they'll be like, "No, we're not doing that. We're doing this instead." And he'll be like, "Fine," and he just kind of freaks out a little bit. So yeah, it is interesting, but I think that makes him more likable and more understandable as a character, and I think it makes him an interesting villain that others have to work with. Because obviously he does have his uses, but he's not the easiest to get along with. So I really liked reading about him when he's on screen. I'm like, okay, things are going to happen, right? So he's probably my favorite personality-wise or character-wise of the Phantoka Makuta.
Huh.
Any thoughts on him?
I also really like him. I think I've always felt like with the Phantoka in particular that their designs actually really match the like character that they're portrayed as, which is not always the case with everything Bionicle. But like he always strikes me as just kind of like a little bit more regal and a little more withdrawn than the others. Like he's not like in it. Like him and Kreka are both very similar in that way. Like they're both kind of like they just have this more like an intellectual air to them, in a way. I don't know.
That's funny. I see Mutran as more having the intellectual air because Mutran is like the consummate scientist. And in combat, he kind of acts more like a wizard spellcaster. reuses a lot of his
which is
abilities.
Fair, but Mutran also is basically the exact same design as Kirox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are super similar.
Just green.
Yeah, I know. I think it's interesting that they both he made both the guys with the same mask have the same art. He's like they're both scientists
Similar
who aren't super
archetype,
combat
yeah.
oriented.
Yeah.
But I think that was actually a great choice because it allows him to contrast.
Yeah.
It allows him to have diversity within a very narrow subset that makes the Makuta seem more expansive as an organization and faction. Because like if you're living 100,000 years and you're at the apex of power and you have all these things at your disposal, even two people in a highly specialized field are going to have major differences from each other. Which I'm like, that is such a cool thing to point out. And you even see it with like the combat-oriented Makuta, like with Gorast, Icarax, and Antraz. Like they all have slightly different styles and philosophies and power levels. So it's like, okay, I like this. But Kirox does have some weapons and equipment. He wears the Kanohi Shalek, the Mask of Silence, I believe. Unless I mistyped that in my notes, but I think I got the Shalek. Unless it's like the Selek or something. The celiac.
Jalek is
Okay,
right.
The
Shalek.
Kanohi
I was right.
Celiac.
Yes. So, this mask makes a target deaf and mute, and it is also worn by Mutran. And I always remembered what it does because Mutran makes people mute.
That makes sense.
But I always thought Vampra should have this mask because it makes people quiet. So, like, he would be quiet. He'd
Wait
sneak up
a
on people who can't call
second.
for help and then just grab them and be gone.
Thomas, what if Kirox or Mutran just really hates Vampra, and that's the reason Vampra can't talk, but he can't tell anyone that he's has the mask being used on him, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, Kirox or Mutran is over there, like, laughing in the corner. They're like,
That would actually be heckin' hilarious. He also has his Tridax pod, as everyone does, and he has hook blades as his weapon. There's nothing about him.
I was just gonna say really
It's
quickly,
cool.
going back to the mask, if he used it on Vampra or Antraz, they would be blind, deaf, and mute,
Oh,
which would be crazy,
Yeah.
actually.
that's just the Zivon spitters, essentially.
The poor
Yeah.
Zibon.
Yeah, that would be great. You would have nothing at that point.
Nope.
Shapeshift into a slug and just embrace it.
So Kirox actually has an ability that no other Makuta has, which
yes.
is really awesome.
Mhm.
He is able to use his Shadow Hand without the recoil. Like, he can grab a Toa,
Mhm.
shake them around, and toss them aside.
Interesting.
Because normally
Without
the Shadow
absorbing
Hand
them.
works like how Makuta used it in the Metro Nui movie, where you shoot it out, it grabs, and then retracts, and you absorb it.
Uh-huh.
Whereas Kirox can manipulate it like an actual hand.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we know why he's able to do that?
Yeah, Lovice, do you want to explain?
Experiments, he trained himself to do that. I think it's, he basically just taught himself to be able to do that.
It makes sense.
When I say that.
Because like Greg said, what's that thing that scientists use when like they like poke into something for an experiment, or like when there's a controlled environment and they have something like a
pipette, or like what are you
like when like if you like poke a stick into an experiment, but like the scientific version of it, there's some name for it's like a Foley or a doily or whatever. He said it was like that. Mutran learned to use the Shadow Hand because obviously since it's not organic, if you stick it into a vat of whatever and like grab the Ra who's trying to escape, it can't hurt you, right? So that's why he practiced that power so much, because he's like, this just works super well for that. I'll have to look up what it's called and then I'll edit it in. But Greg mentioned specifically that's what it acted like. Previously on the Barraki Talk Show. Also, really quick, you guys are not going to believe this, but this will be important in the future. The thing scientists use as like a manipulator grasper hand in experiments is called a Waldo. I'm not crazy.
So
Why did
when
you
they
feel
lose
the
it
need
in
to bring that
when
up?
they lose it in the lab and they're looking around, they're like, "Where's Waldo?"
What a dork.
So yeah, I thought that was cool. Thank you for bringing that up. I totally missed that in my notes.
Oh, it's all good. I love that like little tidbit of fact because I remember in the comics when it came out, because it grabbed someone, I think, in the comics, and all the Bionicle fans at the time were like, well, how can he do that? Like, why didn't he kill them? And he's like, oh yeah, he has one of the only Makuta that has like full control over it. He's not going to absorb them.
Yeah. And then in Project Mata Nui Rising, you guys kind of go crazy with that concept because he's like chasing people downstairs with his shadow hand, and it's like trying to get into the bunker. That scene is so cool. I'm like, that is fucking terrifying.
We worked on that for so long. That was the scene that I had to ask my editors and visual effects artists and come to them and go, is this possible? I will remove this from the script. I will remove I'll forget this even happens. Is it possible? Like, they're like, yes. I'm like, okay. And then I come back and I go, is this possible if we do it multiple times? And they go, okay, yes, it's fine. And then they were like, oh, because originally we weren't going to show that it was Chirox. We were going to have the viewer interpret that it was Chirox eventually, because you were going to show it in like episode 2 or 3 of who it was. It was just going to come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then my visual effects artist was like, no, we have to show it's Chirox. People are going to be asking questions.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Fair.
People are gonna think it's the smoke
But he does
monster
not
from
kill
Lost.
those Matoran in episode 1. He just tosses them aside.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I love that scene. That's one of my favorite scenes from the thing. I remember watching. I'm like, oh yeah, now this is some stuff right here.
So
that and when good guy turned into bad guy.
well, so that's what I was just
Oh my
gonna
gosh,
say.
I
Like,
love
funny
that
thing,
part.
really quick departure here, but like. I watched this when it came out, right? And so it's been a while, and we hadn't even covered the Voya Nui good guy, bad guy. And so I have it up right now because I was trying to find a part, like the part where Matoro's falling through the down the waterfall through the hole, right? Mm-hmm. And because I love that illustration, like the way you guys did it is excellent. And I think I even mentioned it in the Downfall episode that we just did, like to go watch it because it perfectly encapsulates like what I envision that scene to be. And so I was trying to look at it again just now while we were talking, and I was scrubbing through and I saw the good guy bad guy thing, and I was like, oh, I get this reference now. That's so funny, because when I first watched this I had no clue.
Well, another kind of funny little detail.
That
all
scripting
of us,
session was one of the funnest things we've ever done.
Yeah.
All of the three of us.
We were like, oh, we have to do like a good guy. I mean, then like I forget who was on the call. They're like, but we had to shadow leeches. What if good guy becomes bad guy?
Yeah.
I don't know, it was like genius.
Light
So good.
bulb.
I think the funniest thing about that is that all three of us ended up seeing the movie at different times independently.
Yeah.
Which is really funny. So I think timeline wise, I watched it first, then Thomas watched it, and then Samuel watched it. But we all like later were like, "Did you see this thing?" We're like, "Yeah, it's so cool."
Mm-hmm. I know. When we kind of started the channel, I was going on a spree of looking at all the things like the other people were doing, and I saw that one like, holy moly!
It just appeared on my timeline, so you know.
Some of us are better than others. Okay.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You are now entering the set and technical portion of the podcast. This is where we examine the real-world production and set design of the LEGO Bionicle toy line.
Are y'all ready for the Tecker Nickel section?
The what?
Wait, Jacob, you had your new intro for the technical section.
Yeah, what was it? The technical section, where we get technical. Brilliant. Give them a round of applause.
I completely forgot about that.
When I was editing the episode, I'm like, I kind of want this as the new intro for the technical section.
But you have to say it, because I just said it for you.
Yeah.
The technical section, where we get technical.
I like the more casual, laid-back version you did originally.
Oh, whatever.
It's okay. We'll go with this one, and then we'll correct him in the future.
Yeah. The Lewa section is how it's pronounced.
You're stupid.
What?
Anyway, so Jacob, you haven't done the full technical section of it, so I think we'll have to record it. But Lovice, you have a bunch of notes for this. So do you want to walk us through these?
Yes. So there's something weird that is out there.
It's Jacob.
I know it's for the.
Rude.
Sorry. that the Gali and Tahu sets were switched last minute.
Oh, interesting.
There's a photo of it you could see attached.
Yep.
That is Gali was supposed to be Tahu and Tahu was supposed to be Gali.
Good choice on switching
fairly
those.
last minute.
Yeah. I cannot even imagine like having
Like
Tahu look like Gali.
Yeah, because Tahu in blue, I think, actually doesn't look terrible, but the Gali figure in red, looks like my nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like that's a sleep
really weird.
paralysis demon.
What?
It's not good. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know what to
it's
say.
really not good. No.
It's
Yeah.
not great.
Prototyping team, you dodged a bullet there. Excellent job. I'm just going to attribute that to Brian Ellis, too, because he's the only person I know.
The only person you know at all singing. That's it.
Who are you?
Who are these people?
Originally the Toa Mari were actually supposed to appear and be a part of the wave for 2008.
Were they supposed to be like the
They were
main
supposed to
Toa, or just like as like Titans
Yes.
or something?
No, they were supposed to be the main Toa. They were supposed to have one more arc. It was supposed to be a trilogy,
Huh.
the Ignition trilogy.
Makes sense.
And they cut that, I guess, in 2000, like mid 2006 is kind of like what some of the what it looks like it was, and then they were like, oh, let's just do the Toa Nuva instead.
Huh.
But yeah, it was supposed to be the final arc, Toa Mari.
I wonder what the choice was behind, or like
How would they have done it? Because Motoro was dead, so like they only would have had 5 Toa in the wave. Were they going to sub in Toa and Nika as like the 6th
No,
canister
Motoro
Toa?
wasn't gonna die yet.
Oh.
He was gonna die in the
this.
last in this arc,
huh?
basically.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, I'm happy they actually ended up going the way they
Yeah, me
did.
too.
Mhm. Yeah, I can't think of it any other way with the
Yeah,
Mari ending
it
where
is
they did.
hard to like. Yeah, it's hard to look at what we know and say, yeah, they shouldn't have done that.
And
but-
also having the Toa Nuva be the final Toa team in
Is
the
fitting,
way, it's like
yeah.
it should be them, honestly.
yeah, I agree.
I was because I was literally just thinking like because we only really had 2 Toa teams. We had like the Mad and Nuva and the Mari, and I'm like, oh yeah, the Metru existed as a team for 2 years. It completely slipped my mind. I'm like, I sure wish we got to see other Toa teams. I'm like there was a whole nother one. Wanua's aura is expanding to cover the entire 2005 and 4 years.
I really try to picture the
so-
color swaps. I'm looking at them. I'm just like, I can't wrap
What
my
do you
brain
need to picture
around
them? You're looking at them right now.
it. No, like a higher quality.
Yeah. Like the full blown sets.
They don't look good.
No.
Some people say like, oh, it would have been better. To those people, I'm sorry, you're wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Like,
and all of the set designers agree with you.
yes, they did this for a reason.
That's
Yeah.
so fascinating.
It just doesn't look good.
Yeah, it's kind of like the concept art things where it's like a lot of concept art does look really cool, but then it like gets dumbed down. This is the opposite where like it looks kind of stupid and then gets refined to something really cool. So it's like concept art in the exact opposite way, I guess.
I still don't know. Well, this is not. We're doing technical for the Mystica. We're not even on the Mystica.
True. That was a mistake on my part.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Zerkalda's gonna have to really pay attention with the pun counter on this.
We
one.
gotta make Love Ice count while we have him, okay?
That's true. We do.
So can you count to like 4 or 5 maybe?
Oh, God.
Hilarious.
1, 2, 3. That was the count from Sesame Street.
Just so you know, Lovice, Jacob and I had to live with Thomas for most of our life.
And as normal human beings.
Oh, I'm sorry.
See, but when I was with you guys, you were living. When I'm gone, you were merely surviving. Okay.
And you both choose to do this with him, huh?
Yeah.
A choice that we regret every day.
They didn't know. I lured them in with promises of money.
He kidnapped them just like he's planning to do
Yeah.
with Brian Ellis.
At least he's not gonna firebomb Brian Ellis's house.
There
probably.
is a ton of prototypes of the 2008 sets.
Really?
Out of all the sets that are out there, there is the most for images for the 2008 sets. There's a reason for it. It's because the Battle for Power game that came out, that if you like won or got like a good scores, you could see like concept art. But they also they had so many like behind the scenes like promotional stuff for like their concept art and molds of their prototypes too. Like a show came in to show off the prototypes for the Mystica and the Phantoka. And hot take, I think they're mostly all very ugly and horrible, and we're lucky what we got, especially with the Phantoka and Mystica. Especially the Mystica, I think. We dodged a bullet on a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
we'll have to check those out.
Yeah, what we ended up with, well, not my favorite designs, especially the Mystica. Phantoka, yes.
Actually, I'm like, I think the Phantoka are some of my favorite designs.
Yeah, Phantoka actually rank up there in some of my favorites. Mystica, mixed bag for me. Like the Makuta, don't love the Toa.
When we get to the end of this, end of the technical, we'll rank how we think of the Phantoka sets looks-wise.
Okay.
Oh, and then, you have a note about Toa Akmu. Tell us about that.
Oh, gosh.
No Toa Haku, but Toa Akmu?
Yes. So, Toa Akmu was supposed to be a set.
Interesting.
What he would have been, no one really knows. Most likely, if people had a guess, that he would have been a Titan character of some kind.
Would he just have taken the place of like Titan Toa Nuva? That would have just been like, no, he's just a shadow Toa.
There's rumors in the Bionicle community that it would have been switched out for Voltrez, is basically the idea.
Oh, with Voltrez.
At the moment,
that's interesting.
That people have. That he would have pulled Voltrez, made a shadow Akmau, and to replace that with him. But he never went to the design phase. However, it was Greg was like almost beginning to write for it and that stuff. Like Icarax is heading to Metro Nui to turn Akmel into a Shadow Matoran in canon, but Icarax goes after Toa Nuva instead.
Wait, why did he want to turn Akmu specifically? Like Akmu's already an evil little weasel. Like, why does he need to be a Shadow Matoran?
It's probably the same reason to make Voltraz into a Shadow Matoran. Make someone even more evil and more cruel. Give them powers.
Good point.
I feel like also Akmu had already shown his devotion to the Makuta, so it's like
kind of a reward, I guess.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, imagine you're like, man, I'm gonna give my employee his check, and then you come across like the golden opportunity of a Toa of Light going by. You're like, I'm gonna use that instead.
Dang.
It's like,
didn't Akmu die though?
That.
Yeah.
No, Akmu didn't die.
He didn't?
No.
Oh.
That's why he's alive.
Didn't he drown?
Brilliant.
No, he was in the pod that fell in the bottom of the ocean when the Toa Metru were getting everyone out. But then Makuta found it and was like, okay, I'm gonna connive you into the Matoran society on Mata Nui.
Okay.
Yes. And then he just got banished and then came back from Pokoro and then went with them to Metro Nui.
Right.
Yes. And then he has a few more interesting things coming up when we get further on. Yes.
That's mildly concerning.
Yep. He is an interesting character. Oh, yeah. About the Matoran of Light and Mask powers.
Yes. So the Matoran of Light were not only supposed to be used to have powers, they actually were supposed to have mask powers, but that was canceled. I guess like late on in like the story. And that's why they have unique mask molds as
that's
well.
Cool. Their masks do actually look pretty cool.
They are cool.
But the idea of Matoran using mask powers does not sit right with me. I'm like, no, you're small-minded little weirdos. You can't use the masks, okay? Only big brain boys can use them. Like Karavar.
Like, I absolutely agree. I think you're already like stretching the lore with basically them like having light powers as it is.
Yeah.
And then being like the template for all Matoran of the Bionicle universe. And then just giving them minor mass powers. Why don't you just make these guys like Taraga at this point?
At that point, I'm like, they're just functionally Taraga. Although Turaga functioning isn't something that normally happens, so.
No.
Especially in
Any
the
other
case of
Turaga
Joban.
besides Nuju.
Well, the other Turaga Madanui aren't super useful, and like Joven got turned into a pancake, so he wasn't super useful. Duma was actively detrimental to Markjuly a lot of the time.
Good point.
Fair point.
Are there any good Turaga?
The
I can think
was
of a
alright.
worse Turaga.
Likan.
Likan.
Okay, Likan was a base Turaga.
True.
For the
For 5 seconds.
Yeah, for
He
the
got-
little bit that
Greg's
we
like, I can't have these good Turaga showing up Nuju, okay? Gotta kill him.
I think there's one Turaga worse than Nuju. I think there's one. That's
Who?
Lesovic's Turaga.
Okay, yeah, the
that's
one that
true.
shipped off
That
his entire
that
island.
is a good point.
Fair point.
Now, but imagine if he shipped off his entire island and went crazy and spoken bird language. He would be the ultimate anti-hero.
Maybe the Makuta deserve to win maybe the universe, I guess, by that logic. For that.
Yeah.
So is that everything?
For technical.
seems to be.
Okay, so are we ready to rate how the Phantoka sets look?
Yes.
Okay. Are we rating the Makuta and the Toa together? Like in the same
yeah.
list?
I think we have to. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's too easy.
Then
Otherwise,
once we do Mystica, we can do full Toa teams and full Makuta teams against each other.
Okay,
Yeah.
coolest looking guy out of all.
I was going to say, could be a girl, but I'm like, no, wait.
Tied
Because Vampire is
between,
not a girl.
tied between Lewa and Antraz for me.
I think I'll put Lewa as the coolest. This is the best he's ever looked, and it's one of the best looking sets in my opinion, just period.
I do agree that Lewa is up high for me. I do really like Antraz's design, and I also actually very much like Pohatu's design.
I've never been a huge fan of Pohatu's.
I like it. I think it's cool. It's interesting. It's unique. It's different.
What do you think, Lovice?
How many synonyms you got?
I think Antraz's design is phenomenal. Like the silhouette is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like he looks like the devil. Like literally.
Yeah.
Like he is horrifying. And he's lean and tall and his blades. It's crazy. I love Antraz's design. It's so sleek and so cool.
Yeah.
One thing I have against Lewa is that his hand kind of looks goofy with like the oversized weapons. Like they didn't give him like bulkier arms or anything, so it looks like he's kind of weighed down.
Like
by
if he
them.
had
True, this
had
was the
actual
moment
Glatorian
before-
hands,
yeah, this was before the
I think it would have
Glatorian
looked a
hands.
lot better.
Yeah. So
I think I would probably put Antraz at top.
yeah, I think Antraz might take it.
I might go Antraz, then Lewa.
I would accept that ranking.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. It's for me to be Antraz, Lewa, myself, and that's why like the promotional material. Both of them were always together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one thing I just don't like about Lewa. It's those hook blades that are connected to his jetpacks.
Yeah.
They just
It's
get
so
in the
weird.
way. Like
It is random.
Yeah.
It's like why are they
It's just-
there?
if those weren't there, I would have liked them a lot more. But
I don't know. They're not that offensive
Yeah,
to me
I think it's
because you
cool.
can't really see them very
I
well.
always forget they're there.
Yeah.
Because they just blend in.
I think they're fine.
Yeah.
They don't
I
detract
think they're
from
just
me,
kind of goofy.
but I don't think they add.
Yeah.
I think it's his giant feet that I think are not quite there for me. It's like for a like sleek kind of like air-based guy, it's like having those just absolutely enormous feet feels off. You know, like
I don't know. I've always been a big fan of the big feet. Big
normally,
pant aesthetic.
normally I like it. It's just in this one instance, like I feel like the regular Nuva foot would have worked better, probably.
I don't know, because it lets him kind of, when you imagine it, you can imagine him going like clomp, and you can imagine his legs bending down and having a solid base to launch into the air from. That's kind of how I see it.
I guess.
Yeah.
he does have just giant. That's the way I look at it. It's just huge boots.
They are.
Well, okay, and then you look at his Oxalara version, and he uses the Metru foot. And I think that is actually a much more effective design. That, in my personal opinion. So.
I agree because it contrasts like a little bit of the silver that's on him too.
Totally. Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Actually, that's one of the coolest thing I think about the designs of the Phantoka and the Mystica is having the silver accents. It looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it really complements
especially
them.
like really Lua is the only one that has it majorly. Like they all have some silver aspect to them, but Lua has like the silver armor tint, and then in Mystica they all have the silver parts,
it's
and
not
it's
overdone,
really cool.
And I
nice.
really like it because that's a continuation from the Nuva, obviously having the silver highlights. So I'm like, okay, it's neat. But so we're putting him second. Then.
Yes. Yeah.
Now contentious third place is where things might get a little dicey.
For me, I think it's Kopaka.
I think I would put Pohatu here.
I think I'd put Pohatu as well.
Really?
Although I could see Vampra.
I would put Vampra.
Because Vampra's mask.
I think Vampra's so cool.
Yeah.
I do like Vampra. I really go back and forth which one I like better between Vampra and Keyrox. I think I like them both a lot. The only thing that holds Keyrox back for me is his arms look so bare.
Mm-hmm. One thing I like about Vampra is having
weird.
like the wings on the back. Like it's a cool shape and cool design that no other person really gets. Like having a back wing on the elbow.
That's true.
Essentially, like it makes him look like the best flyer because like his entire arm is the wing.
Yeah,
And
right.
his daggers are pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
The bat look is just really good.
Wait, he has like the golly claw hooks because he's blue. Here he is.
Brilliant.
Riddle me this. What were they? They were trying to tell us something.
Blue guy water.
I think I could concede that. Like I would concede third place to Vampra if that's the general consensus.
I'd be willing to give it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's
Antraz,
Lua,
Lua,
Vampra, and then Pohatu.
I think Pohatu for me is definitely like,
I like
he's gonna beat
Kopaka
out
better
the
than
other.
Pohatu.
Really?
Yeah. I think Pohatu's cool, but I like Kopaka better.
Kopaka's always just looked so bare to me. Like he's just carrying a blaster and that's it.
I like his wings. Kopaka's got
Yeah.
cool wings, but I think
Yeah.
I think Pohatu looks better than Kopaka.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think like Pohatu's spinning propellers is so cool, and it's such a cool like function for like the
Yeah,
set.
fair enough.
Where you just go twirl the propellers.
And
Yep.
his mask design is so heckin' unique.
Yeah,
like,
it is unique. It's good. Like I actually genuinely like it. It's not just unique. Like it's also cool. And he looks very put together. Like he looks like a very finished, very thought out set. And not that Kopaka doesn't, but there's just something about like the right weight to Pohatu that I feel like Kopaka is missing.
it is
fair.
weird though, because the more they look at it, the more I'm like, he is unrecognizable as Pohatu.
Right.
Because Pohatu always had giant legs or like weird proportions, whereas he is like so perfectly proportioned. Like the weight is evenly distributed across his entire
That
body.
is a really good
it
point.
should be in the hips, okay?
I have to say, like, I think it's really
I 100%
funny.
agree with you
Yeah.
on that.
I think it's funny that Lego absolutely refuses to give Toe of Stone full masks. Like, full, complete masks.
What do you
Because
mean?
they did that with Huki, too.
Well, recently,
yeah.
I was like,
In the
except
past
for
2
literally
waves.
like every
other toe of
for the-
stone, yeah.
They're like, no masks for the Toe of Stone.
Yeah. No, you take the top half of Yuki's mask and the bottom half of Pohatu's
There
mask.
you
and have a
go.
full- and then you put the
Finally get one.
Vahi, so you have like 1.5 masks
There
on.
you go.
You can use it as like a beard.
Lovice, did you ever see that like thing about the other half of the Vahi and how that was supposed to be a whole thing?
In G1 or G2?
In G2,
Yeah.
they were supposed to like they were
One of
supposed
the
to have,
cool
like-
things of Pohatu's mask, it almost looks like a Vahi.
I know. It's
It
a
does,
weird thing
yeah.
to do to make it orange and also have it the same shape as the Vahi. And
Yeah.
be like a half mask. I'm like, interesting. What were you trying to do here? Was it just coincidence? Or did they think about it and just be like, who cares?
I think it was probably coincidence, to be honest.
Gears.
And I think this mask, cool thing is that it has such a great use of the insert piece.
Yeah.
Because it like fills out his head.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like, okay,
that's
that's
true.
actually a cool way to do it.
I like that they continued to use that piece even after the Mari because it's really
a cool
good.
It's a cool piece.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pohatu 4th.
Yep.
Now it's 5th and 6th between Kirox and Kopaka.
Well, I would put Kopaka up next.
I also would probably put Kopaka above Kirox. They're close and they're very different, but I think Kopaka does take it.
I think I'd put Kirox above him, but I can see Kopaka. So Kopaka is what you're voting, and then Kirox?
Yep, I think.
Here's the interesting thing, though. I would rank every single one of these designs in at least A tier. Like, genuinely.
Yeah, like Kirox being the worst, I'm like, I can live with that.
Yeah, exactly.
These are, like, all of them are A tier or better.
Well, it's like when we were talking about the Markjuly Titans.
Yeah.
It was like, they're all good. You know, like,
it's like, oh no, Hydraxon's
rank.
not the best. It's like, he's still great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely got the set design to some really good stuff.
One of the weird things with Kirox is just this extending arms.
Yeah,
They're just, like really
the
like
3
spindly
parts. It's super weird.
It's funny. It looks like something I would do because I like to make barnacles with like weird proportions, but it's not very like I don't make them super stable because they have wacky stuff like this. So I'm just imagining like, yeah, I could see myself doing that.
They all went for like a different kind of like bat sort of aesthetic for all of them in like some little
I don't
aspect.
think that's the case.
Well, but it's just, but I'm just saying like it's interesting how they did it differently for each one, and I think Vampira definitely pulls it off the best with that. But
Vampira's definitely bat.
Yeah,
I like them. I like all of these.
I remember we had to do research for how to make Vampira walk, and we had to like. I went to a zoo to see how bats like walk on the ground.
That's cool.
Bats are no, it's silly. Bats don't walk the way you think they do. They basically do belly flaps and think like a little seal. And so we were like, okay, we're not doing that.
That's
ridiculous. We can't do this.
Lovice be like, I'm intentionally not a biologist.
I tried to be a biologist, and
I work in marine
me.
biology and like have connections to zoos and aquariums. And when they were like telling me, I'm like, oh, never mind. I'm not sold on this. Like, I had to tell my team, look, we're not. This is gonna look ridiculous. He looks like a seal, but like if we do it the way that actual bats like do, like a flap with like their wings when they try to crawl.
The comedic timing though. Like Kirox and Antraz are talking about something, and then Vampira lands in and then just does the worm all the way over to him. You're like, okay, this is pretty funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, it's so silly.
We finished the technical section. Shall we move on now to community section?
You are now entering the community portion of the podcast. In this section, we showcase some of our favorite creations from talented and passionate members of the Bionicle fandom.
Yeah, because I want to do community section with Lovice here because there's one community project I think we should talk about.
True.
Yeah, at least we can do PNR related stuff and anything that you have that you want to bring up. That would be cool.
What is PNR?
What's PNR?
MNR?
Yeah, MNR. PNR. Where did I get PNR from?
I don't know.
Wrong three-letter word, Jacob.
I think you meant QR.
I meant QR, yeah. FBI.
People have used MNR and PNR.
PNR project. Oh, that's what I was getting it from. I was getting it from the project.
PMR, I could see.
Yeah.
PNR, no.
Yeah.
Project
Newly Rising.
I was just mixing them up. Yes. MNR, sorry.
So we have a Project Nui Rising. Lovice, you want to tell us a bit about this?
Yes. Project Nui Rising. Project Nui Rising is a series of the 2008 story of Bionicle. The first episode opens with the story and lore of the Mutran Chronicles. Mm-hmm. And the first 24 pages of the book Shadows in the Sky. We did add a huge scene that is considered people's favorite scene, which is the attack on the village by the Makuta.
Mm-hmm.
We changed that to show instead of Tama seeing the village being wiped out by the Makuta at a distance, we showed it actually happening to flesh out the story and show how powerful and how terrifyingly scary the Brotherhood of Makuta is.
Mm-hmm.
We planned the show in Battle for Power. A lot of things that weren't really shown in the 2008 story, such as Botar's death. That was off screen.
Please don't show that. Please, I can't handle it.
Thomas wants to see.
And like stuff that was going on with like the Matoran of Markjuly and what their lives were like. The first episode is basically Tama and the Light Matoran's story. The second episode is going to be the Toa's story. And we're currently working on episode 2 and episode 3 right now.
Dang. 2 episodes at once? I was going to make a joke about it, but something else that had 2 episodes at once, but I could not think of one for the life of me.
This...
What?
This episode is going to be split into 2.
True. It's kind of like the Barraki talk show in a way. Because it's about Bionicle, you see.
He's losing it. We gotta wrap it up, guys.
And just so you guys know, they can find you at Project Nui Rising on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Project Nui Rising on YouTube and episode 1, Arrival.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you guys enjoyed watching it.
We'll
it's so good.
Yeah,
It's
definitely watch it, guys, if you get the chance.
Yeah.
It is worth it.
So many talented people working on that. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. So many untalented people as well.
Thomas, you didn't work on it.
I was going to say you worked on it. You stole my joke.
I'm pretty untalented, I'll say that. There's way more talented people on this team.
Win them in a line competition.
We have a team of 140 people from around the world. It's amazing to communicate with people from literally across the planet.
Yeah.
And so many different time zones.
Yeah.
And reach out to different
that's
fans.
crazy.
That's cool.
What's the most obscure country you have someone working for you?
It's one of the hardest ones. Is New Zealand is a hard one for me sometimes.
Yeah.
Hard because it doesn't exist.
And Russia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Russia's a hard one.
Like we've talked about a lot, but like anywhere where you get close to like the 12-hour separation is where it's like, this is so difficult to schedule anything.
Because you have like a 4-hour window.
Yeah. It's like, so strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a lot of fun though to be able to talk with. Like we have I ship the Bionicle stop motion characters like the Phantoka and other characters from 2008. I ship the sets around the world. I've shipped to South Korea, Australia.
Wow.
And just all over the place.
That's
so you have
cool.
to ship, like, just imagine, like, all the Phantoka, all the Mystica, all in one box, basically, and the Matoran. And that's just for episode 2.
That's crazy.
And I heard somewhere that you, Renaissance VFX, and the MagpieMusic Project are all going to get in a bloodbath and the winner takes all, correct?
All the YouTube views.
That is 100% true.
Yeah.
And
the winner gets
M&R
Bionicle.
will reign supreme. M&R will reign supreme.
Yes. At the end of the battle, Greg comes in and just murks all of them.
I thought you were going to say Lego just bestows to them the rights to Bionicle. I'm like,
Greg himself
please.
descends from the heavens.
He passes you the mantle of canonicity. It's like you can declare whatever you want canon.
And then disappears
don't do that
forever.
to me. No.
Yeah, Lovice, if you had the mantle of canonicity, what was the first thing you would canonize?
The first thing is one of the most dumb things, and it has to do with 2008, and that is Greg switching the rules of how the body mass of the Makuta work.
Huh.
It was originally, they were supposed to be super, super dense.
Okay.
And heavy. They're supposed to be really heavy from all the matter they absorb. And that's why they don't have the power of super speed and everything, so they're slower. So if you get hit by one, it's like getting hit by a tank. Greg
Right.
changed it and said there's a pocket universe inside of them,
Oh.
and that's where all their matter goes.
Okay, see, that's funny. I like the Pocket Universe where they just store all their masks. I think that's base.
Boo, Pocket Universe. Boo.
I'm stopping you from getting the mantle.
No.
Okay, we can't let him have it.
No, because it just doesn't make sense. So it
I
hurts
agree.
me.
That does
There's
not
so
make
many
sense.
universes.
Yeah. So what you're telling me is that Greg was like, the people who made Lilo and Stitch looked at Greg's future idea of making them super dense molecularly, and they're like, oh, we should make a joke in our movie based off of the molecular density of Makuta in the future.
I like how Lilo and Stitch was your first example of molecular density.
Well, because
when Martian
specifically-
Manhunter is right there.
That's true, but he was saying like actually, maybe you didn't say this. Maybe I just thought of it. I was like, it would make it harder to fly, right? You would kind of like sink. You would have to be really strong. And then I was thinking of Lilo and Stitch because he's gonna sink to the bottom of the ocean, which is why they're not concerned about him, right? So
Wait, the more I think about it, the density thing makes sense though. That's like why Makuta moves so slow in the movies, because he's carrying like 2 billion pounds with him. He's like, I should not have eaten all
Exactly,
those
Like, one of the reasons, like, we really gonna show it in like episode 2. We show it in a little bit in episode 1. Is that, especially the one Matoran that gets landed on by Antros, he gets crushed. He doesn't die, but oh boy, he's not having a good time.
yeah.
They're heavy.
2003
They're so
Grievous
heavy.
style.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
they're so heavy. These guys are dense.
Lovice is like, they're
And
so
So like getting punched by one is horrible.
they're so massive.
Biggie.
These guys are built out of Lego bricks. Well, not out of Technic pieces.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The one thing they're not. Well, they're not anything else, I suppose, but you know what I mean.
Backtracking now, are we?
Yes. So, with any closing notes on Project Mad Nui Rising before we move on to other things that people make?
Yeah, give us something, Lovice, that no one else knows.
Yeah.
Some exclusive for us.
New
you know?
information only
Yeah.
on the Barraki Talk Show.
Yep.
Live at 11.
We are very hard at work on the pre-visuals for episode 2. We are trying to get a preview out, hopefully later this year is our goal. And I just finished up with recording with the voice actor of Kopaka for episode 3. And we've been really, really hard at work with working on both episodes simultaneously. I'm really excited, especially for episode 3. I'll say this. Episode 3 is my favorite episode.
He's talking about Star Wars, I think, but yes, I agree.
I mean, Star Wars too, yeah.
That is actually so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah,
stoked.
That's super cool.
We are looking forward to it.
Yep. And they're working on 2 episodes at once, which means eventually they'll be releasing weekly, I think, right?
Next one, they're working on the
do
next
that. Don't-
3
don't-
of
don't
those.
get me.
Yeah.
Don't get me in the comment section. They're already trying to get me. Don't kick the hornet's nest. You'll never see me again. They'll just go poof. They'll get me.
That is fair.
Well, it's been fun. And if you want to come on another episode, I think we could probably fit you in.
Yeah, for
let
sure.
us
Let
know.
us know. We're always up to have people on.
Yeah, and thank you again. And I hope I wasn't interrupting too much. I was
No,
worried.
if anything, you were interrupting enough.
I was gonna say you were great. Like, yeah.
Jacob was talking a few times, and you just let him. What was with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Arthur, fire Lovice.
Arthur, you're fired.
Lovice, fire Arthur.
Poor Arthur.
Yeah, the biggest thing I love is the story and lore. That's the most crazy thing in this thing is just it goes to 0 to 100 and it just does not stop.
Yep.
Like that's some of like the technical stuff with like the story people going disagreeing about where the direction needs to go, and just this is when like either people love or hate Bionicle with the story.
Exactly.
I
Like,
think this
most
is
of the people that
the
joined my But the people that they joined my team, they're like, "Oh yeah, like the Phantoka, like it's just this," and I'm like, "No,
No.
you don't know yet.
No.
There's like the separate 6. There's like the best Toa team that we're gonna show off soon, and it's gonna be my favorite story arc. And they're called the Toa Hog. And they're like, but I thought they're Rahag. I'm like, no, this is so cool. And then the alternate universes, and then then that's when I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so much.
Yep.
But
It's so good though.
I know.
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This truly is our biological chronicle.
You're such a dweeb.
Well, with that all being said, we're going to say good night, Metro Nui. This brings us to the end of today's podcast. If you enjoyed the discussion, please follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you like to watch instead of listen, you can also find us on YouTube. The Barraki Talk Show is only made possible thanks to viewers like you. Thank you.